Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Court Jai-Alai. Tonight's game day will feature the Renegades and the Fireballs. And with that, I want to welcome everybody into another edition of the Winter 25 Battle Court season. I'm Andrew Bleckman, joined alongside Stu Nyma to bring you this late season contest between the Renegades and the Fireballs. How you doing today, Stu?
Doing great, Andrew. Looking forward to a fantastic day of Battle Court action.
Yes, third and final regular season game day between these two teams who are both looking to play on into May and those playoffs. Let's take a look at the standings. Before we get into the game day, Fireballs up at the top with 8.5 points. A win today by the Fireballs would all but lock up the #1 seed. The Devils would still have a chance, but they would need to win about every match remaining through the end of the season. So, can't say that for sure, but a good chance for the Fireballs, maybe even a great chance with a win today. But the Renegades, most importantly, right now tied for third place. Chargers and Renegades holding on to those final playoff spots. A game day tie today or better for the Renegades, so either a tie or win, the Renegades will secure their spot in the playoffs. Now that the stage is set, let's begin with Division 1 doubles. Gaucheri and Urbieta get things started here against Arrutia and Arats. What a day to get the action started. What a match here. Top Division doubles begins it. Gaucheri and Urbieta this year 7-2. Tied for the best record in this division. Arrutia and Arats with a great start to the year, but they've struggling as of late. Arrutia and Arats overall 5-4, but they have lost 3 in a row.
Gaucheri serves. We begin. Urbieta from the 10 line, backhand to the inside. Arats is there. Arrutia from midcourt, on the left side, wall to wall. Rebote forehand by Gaucheri. Here's Arats from the 11 line. Gaucheri has it, backhand. Low catch made by Arats. Rebote, that rebound off the back wall played by Arrutia, stays inside. Urbieta on the backhand, powerfully thrown. Arats advances, here's the backhand from the 10 line. Gaucheri, also from the 10. Sherry on the catch, he winds up. Drop shot. Will score. 2 bounces ruled before the catch was made. First point of this match goes to Gaucheri and Urbieta of the Renegades.
Well played first point to get things started, and a little more pressure here overall for the Renegades compared to the Fireballs. Fireballs already locked their spot up for the playoffs. Renegades, well, they need a win, and after tonight, this is their final game day of the year, so like to keep it within their own control, and a win or tie here would go a long way.
Here's a catch by Gaucheri, backhand. Powerfully thrown, and a beautiful catch by Arats deep in the backcourt. Here's a backhand by Arats. Gaucheri, powerful backhand from midcourt. Arats is there. Arrutia, foot on the wall. Backhand from the 9 line. This ball comes to the forehand of Gaucheri. Cortada will score. 2 points for Gaucheri and Urbieta. Gaucheri has the serve. 2 players were there.
Well, again, I was going to say it's a well-placed ball by Gaucheri, but not a great sign for the Fireballs. We haven't seen Arrutia and Arats reaching for the same ball throughout the season. Their communication has been great. And this is a team, I mean, truthfully, they've been reeling the last couple game days, looking to get it back, and not a great start.
Low runner to the inside, scooped up by Urbieta. Arats from the 12 line. Big backhand. Robote, that rebound off the back wall. Robote left side. Cut off in the air by Gaucheri. Drop shot by Gaucheri. Caught by Urrutia.
Oh.
Urrutia fires the Costallo to the outside. It scores. The Filo from Urrutia putting a point on the board here for the Fireballs. He has a serve.
This is just a bullet here. I mean, Gaucheri throws the drop shot.
He got him the first time.
I mean, that's about
Not the
knee
second time.
level when
Yeah.
he gets there.
Powerful serve by Urrutia, comes in low. Here's the backhand by Arats. Arats will take this on the bounce. Forehand, played straight back. Robote forehand. This one caught by Urbieta in the backcourt. Gaucheri on the left side, backhand, low and hard. Arats moves up, backhand to the inside. Powerful backhand by Urrutia. Robote to Gaucheri. Urrutia cuts it off. Urbieta's there. Gaucheri now from the 9 line. Powerful backhand to the corner, and Arats is there. Great catch. Low runner to the inside, scooped up by Arats. Gaucheri at the 10 line, backhand. Robote left side. This one caught by Urrutia. The 2-all attempt caught the pad. 3 points for Gaucheri and Urbieta. The Renegades. Gaucheri serves.
Well, Gaucheri forces the opponent to play maybe a little more aggressively than they would like to. Urrutia, the 2-wall, just hasn't really been working out for him the last couple game days as well. He's been most success just hard to the inside and just pushed it a little bit wide, and now a 3-1 lead built early on by this Renegades team.
Arats, low hard backhand caught by Gaucheri. Gaucheri goes wall to wall. Robote left side, back to the inside at the sidewall. Urbieta picks it up on the bounce. Arats takes that in the air, deep in the backcourt. Gaucheri on the catch. Big bounce, brought down by Arats. Robote to Gaucheri. Light touch. Floater picked up by Urrutia. Urrutia hard to the inside. Urbieta makes a save. Urrutia attacks. Firing it outside, but firing it out of play. That's a 4th point for Gaucheri and Urbieta of the Renegades. Gaucheri serves.
You can see he just wanted it so badly. He threw it about as hard as he could, but he was, I mean, pretty close to the middle of the court when he caught that. And usually when the players they throw these filos, they're more to the inside. I mean, he throws that.
And he has the whole inside.
Yeah, I mean, that's 8-10 feet wide.
He had the whole inside open. Urbieta was still in the backcourt. Fault, underserve. Battle court rules allow for 2 serves. Second serve must be good. Good serve lands between the 4 and 7 line. Arats, good catch and a hard backhand. Urbieta off the wall. Robote forehand, back to the inside. Gaucheri picks it up on the bounce. Rifles this backhand, it's caught by Arats. Gaucheri, straight to the backcourt. Arats is there again, backhand from the 12 line. Robote, left side. What a catch by Arats at the 13 line. Tough play. Urrutia from the 9. Hard throw. Urrutia. Robote to the inside. Beautiful catch by Arats. A difficult catch in the corner. Robote coming up the middle. Backhand by Urbieta. That forehand, Robote takes off. Escapa hits the overhead screen. 2 points for Urrutia and Arats. Gaucheri and Urbieta with 4. Urrutia serves for the Fireballs.
And maybe that'll be the break that the Fireballs needed to get back in this match. Robote sent way up high by Gaucheri. Certainly looked like it escaped. But a long rally finally going their way. Should give them a little bit of confidence here.
There's the backhand by Urbieta. Scoop by Arats. Back at the 12 line. Rotate left side. Pick up by Gaucheri. Gaucheri back to the inside. Urrutia switches from the left to the right. Fires this one straight back, and Urbieta makes the catch. Oh, what man. A scoop by Arats. That was beautiful. Robote. Played low. Off the side wall. Arats is there. Gaucheri again on the 8. Powerful, powerful backhand. Robote. Dropping. Gaucheri makes the save. Oh, that ball is crossing the side wall and scores. 5 points for Gaucheri and Urbieta. This is possible set point. That was a tough one.
Yeah, it's one of those you're watching at home. You're saying that's moving so slow. How does he not make that catch? Well, it's floating. It's above his head, and he's attacking this ball. Those are, you know, we say you never attack a floater, and look at how quickly he's coming up on this ball. It's high. It's on the wall, too. Don't forget about that. He's been great at making those tough catches early in the year, Stu, but that one just not to be.
Gaucheri calling for the Robote. It's a 2-all. Stopped on the forehand of Urrutia. Karen by split placement by Urrutia. Hit the pad. Point and set for Gaucheri and Urbieta. So the first set going the way of Gaucheri and Urbieta, 6-2. 2 minutes go up on the board. We'll come back out, play our second set.
Yeah, and a day where you need to win a match. I mean, you can't send out a much better team than Gaucheri and Urbieta here. You got Gaucheri, who's been fantastic. Urbieta, who's just been a black hole in the backcourt. I mean, he just sucks everything up back there and doesn't give much.
And you're watching Battle Court live from the Magic City Jai-Alai Fronton in Miami, Florida. We are currently playing our first of 6 scheduled matches on the game day today between the Renegades and the Fireballs.
Yes, a split singles and doubles day, 3 singles and 3 doubles. Beginning here with this top doubles match. Then we have Ben against Ron in singles up next. Then Gaucheri and Arats go up against each other again, battle of the brothers. And then Goenaga will take on Lalu. After that, we'll move back over to doubles. 2 matches to close out the game day. Joseph and Flores will take on Jed and Cabrera. Joseph will be subbing for Stan.
See Stan there, right there in the player's cage, out with an ankle injury.
And then Goenaga and Urbieta will play Urrutia and Ron. So those are the 6 matches in order tonight, beginning here with top doubles. Gaucheri and Urbieta winning that first set over Urrutia and Arats. Urbieta picked up this season in the draft. Urbieta was a 3 in his entire Battle Core career prior to this season. He moved up to Division II, and singles hasn't quite gone the way you would expect, but Urbieta is he's not a singles guy. He's a doubles player, one of the best at that. Combined record of 7-2 here with Gaucheri, and then in that team with Urbieta, only 2 losses as well. 7-2 there, so combined 14-4. Not all too bad in his first season and moving up a rank. On this game day today, Gaucheri and Goenaga playing a combined 4 times. When Gaucheri and Goenaga have played 4 or more times, the Renegades record 4 wins, 2 losses, and 3 ties. When they've played 3 times or less combined, the Renegades have 0 wins, 2 losses, and 3 ties. So fortunately for the Renegades, this is a day where they are playing 4 times, Gaucheri twice, Goenaga twice, and they got the first set here. See how set 2 begins.
Rutia serves. It's picked by Gaucheri, and the split placement will score. Perfectly executed by Gaucheri. Gaucheri and Urbieta are on the board first here in the second set for the Renegades. Gaucheri serves.
You see, once Gaucheri picks the serve, Urrutia commits hard to the outside, but he has to do that because he knows that Gaucheri can cut the 2-wall open at about the 2 line. What makes Gaucheri so difficult to play against is he has so many shots, and we said it, you're just never comfortable, you never know what's coming next.
Gaucheri from the 8 line, backhand, thrown powerfully. What a catch by Aratz, deep in the backcourt. Urbieta advances, takes it in the air. Aratz goes deep into the corner, out to the rebote, fired from the forehand of Gaucheri. Rebote left side, high and inside, big bounce, brought down by Urbieta. That's a tough catch. Here's the backhand by Urbieta, caught by Urrutia. This one's on the forehand of Gaucheri. Catch by Aratz. Aratz hard and low to the inside. Rebote left side by Urrutia. Once again, Urbieta. Rebote for Gaucheri at the side wall. Big bounce. Big bounce brought down by Aratz at the 13. Aratz with a good read. Low runner will score. 1-1. Urrutia serves for the Fireballs.
Yeah, Urbieta took 1 or 2 steps forward, and then he kind of got caught in no man's land on the throw by Aratz. Left himself a more difficult scoop than if he just would have stayed where he was. See here, he commits, and then tries to back up, and man, just kind of caught between 2 catches. 1-1, they both tie it.
Rebote left side by Urrutia. Aratz takes it low, backhand. Rebote left side. Good catch by Gaucheri. Backhand, caught by Aratz. What a difficult catch. That ball is tipped in the backcourt. 2 points for Gaucheri and Urbieta. Gaucheri serves.
Well, again, late contact with the sidewalls. The difference there, I mean, just
behind the 12 line. Absolutely. Setting up just really difficult catch for Aratz.
Yeah, that's like a catch kind of on the wall where they had it in the basket, but he never controlled it. That's why you saw it fall out late.
Aratz, hard to the inside. Rebote for Gaucheri. Rebote left side. Caught in the air by Gaucheri. Costello 2-all stopped by Urrutia. Urrutia with a light touch will score. 2-2. Urrutia serves for the Fireballs. So as you were saying before, Urrutia had been just like blasting away with his shots. That one took a little bit off of it. Crossed the side wall, stayed inside, went off the tip of Urbieta's cesta.
And Urrutia is there on the net, defending those 2 walls. It's the second time he stopped Gaucheri there. The splitter scored easily for the Renegades, and the other shots have worked out. So we'll see if Gaucheri adjusts now.
What a tough catch by Aratz, made beautifully at the 13 line. Another one. Rebote, the rebound from the back wall to the left side of Urrutia, scooped up by Gaucheri. Placement to the inside, stopped and returned by Aratz. Urrutia makes the save. Big bounce. Caught by Urbieta. Urrutia attacks, has it in the air. Drop shot. Scores on the second bounce. 3 points for Urrutia and Arats at the fireballs. Urrutia serves. That one just hugged the wall the whole way.
Well, it's a great shot because it's really smart. You're not giving away a point if you miss the execution. Worst case scenario, I mean, Gaucheri just gets to it and flicks a backhand in play, or Urbieta the same. Again, the shots haven't really been, the two walls, the filos, outside placements have been working, but the inside placement still scores. It's all worth the same.
Rebote left side, up the middle. Gaucheri moves back to make the play. Arats from the 11 line, backhand. Sherry takes it in the air, backhand from the 9. Rebote left side, hard throw to the inside. Rebote by Gaucheri. Big bounce brought down by Arats, tough catch. Gaucheri's there, backhand from the 9. Rebote left side, little clip. Arats adjusts, makes a fine catch. Passes Gaucheri. Urbieta's there. Rebote forehand. Low runner blasted by Urbieta. Arats with another fine catch. Rebote's coming up the middle. What a tough catch by Arats. Gaucheri low and hard. Urrutia calls for the play, puts it inside. Good effort to try to make that save. That ball died coming off the back wall. We're all tied up, 3-3. Gaucheri serves for the Renegades. Normally one that Arats would have gone after, but Urrutia had the better play on the rebote. It just duffed off the back wall.
Well, it really did die. I mean, you see him lunging back to try to save that rebote. I mean, got enough power, but a lot of times it's the height. Just can't clear the overhead screen.
Excellent catch by Arats, the backhand to the 13 line. Oh my, what a catch by Arats. That's just beautiful. Again, Arats at the back wall. Backhand to the left side of Gaucheri. Urbieta, backhand from the 12. To the backcourt, Arats is there. Difficult catch at the back wall by Arats. Gaucheri from the 9 line, backhand. Low and hard and caught by Urrutia. Rebote. Rebote forehand, thrown powerfully by Urrutia. Urrutia aggressively firing this one inside, and a beautiful catch by Urbieta. Rebote for Gaucheri. To the inside for the big bounce, and Arats makes the stop. Urrutia changes things up, and Urbieta gets there. Blasts it. What a catch by Arats down low. Rebote left side, high and inside. Big bounce, Rebote for Gaucheri. It's a 2-all. Stopped by Urrutia. Urrutia powerfully from the forehand, and Urbieta comes up with the ball.
Crazy catch.
Urbieta again, backhand. Rebote forehand, gives a kick. Dropping and scoring. Well played point by both teams. Urrutia and Arats with 4 points and the serve. My, oh my.
No, surprising miss. Gaucheri had that rebote all lined up, but it did kind of die off the back wall.
Dropping down, coming from higher on the back wall, but that catch by
Oh my!
by Urbieta. It
Let's
spun
see
him
if we-
around.
Yeah, let's see if we get another look. And this is going to be it here. Low and hard. Look at this. Crosses the wall. Yeah, it did.
My
Break
goodness.
the wrist, control it, and get it off in time. Beautifully done. But a 4-3 lead for the Fireballs.
Arats from the 12 line to the inside. Urbieta's there. Robote, hard to the inside. Gaucheri takes it in the air. Low hard backhand. Stopped by Urrutia. Drop shot. Caught before the second bounce. Flipped into no man's land. And Urbieta makes a save.
That's a good
Here's Arats.
save.
Great catch by Gaucheri.
Oh,
That ball was juggled.
Oh, boy.
That's a point for Gaucheri and Urbieta. 4-4 is the score. Gaucheri has the serve.
Well, you see here, when you're worried about the Costado 2-wall with just the outside in general, you don't even have to throw a perfect drop shot to score here.
Right.
I mean, that one was still bouncing by about the 7 line, but these back quarters are so deep because of the power. The inside is wide open, really, for both sides.
Low hard serve by Gaucheri is stopped by Arats in the backcourt. Urrutia winding up. Powerful Costado caught in the air by Urbieta. Urrutia, backhand from the 8. Robote by Urrutia to the inside, and Urbieta way up high. Urbieta from the 12 line. Arats is there. Great catch. Robote forehand powerfully thrown and caught over the head of Urbieta. Arats advances. Backhand from the 10. Robote saved by Urrutia. Catch by Urbieta. He lays it up. Good read. And return by Arats. Here's the backhand. Catch by Gaucheri. Urrutia on the Robote. Hard to the inside. Great catch. Urrutia again from the Costado. Drop shot. Gaucheri gets there. Tremendous catch by Gaucheri. Robote left side. Caught by Gaucheri. Here's the backhand. Robote kicking out.
Oh, he's not there.
Tremendous point play. That is a 5th point for Urrutia and Arats of the Fireballs. Possible set point.
I can imagine Gaucheri was a little gassed by the end of this point. Maybe why he wasn't there to save this Robote. Look at Urrutia. He goes high to the inside, so he forces Urbieta to make a decision. Is he going to step up? Is he going to try to scoop it? Or is he going to let it come out? He chose the latter, and Gaucheri out of position. He was outside.
Urbieta goes for most of those as well.
And given how aggressive Gaucheri is typically, that one's surprising. I just feel like he ran out of gas. I mean, that's the only explanation.
Robote kicks to the inside. Urbieta makes the catch. Backhand by Arats. Robote again. Gaucheri cuts it off at the 9 line. Powerful backhand follows. Robote at the side wall. Will not be played. Point and set for Urrutia and Arats, taking the second set 6-4. 2 minutes go up onto the board. We have split sets. Begin our third and final set in just 2 minutes. My, oh my.
So how about that response? Urrutia and Arats down in the second set too. They battled their way to a tie, and then 6-4, they win it. Take a look at some of those replays. Hard to the inside here. Look at the catch by Arats. Look at this low runner. Urbieta steps up, and you see he's just trying to back up as that ball is approaching. Such a difficult play. Gaucheri pumps it inside here. Late contact with the side wall. Just tripped up Arats.
One of Arats's few misses.
Ruti here with the drop shot, but even so, I mean, you know, that one Gaucheri didn't get
It had
to
contact with his Esta.
Yeah. But even the second drop shot, maybe this is the one by Urrutia. Now he's going to go hard inside here, and look at that scoop. Like a pop-up catch. Like in baseball, you see those pop-up slides. Urbieta, that was clean. I think Carballo did something similar to that a few years ago. I remember he coined that term. Inside placement here, and this is the one. I mean, Urbieta's not stepping up. He sees Gaucheri, but usually Gaucheri's moving back to the inside by the time that ball's off the back wall. Not to be that time, and the Fireballs extend this match into a third and decisive set. So Gaucheri and Urbieta have only lost 2 times this year, both matches against Inaki and Manua, the Cyclones. And they lost both game days. So it's really a good indicator. You know, if Gaucheri and Urbieta don't win, I know we're only in match number 1, but Gaucheri is, I mean, he's been the leader of this team. Goanaga not too far behind. Urbieta's been a great pickup, but they're really a 2-3-headed monster here, and if they can knock off one of them, Fireballs have a good chance to win the game day. But we'll see what happens here in set number 3. It's a big set.
We're ready to begin our third and final set of our first match. First team to reach 6 points will win it. Gaucheri has the serve for the Renegades. Fault, underserve. Second serve must be good. Good serve lands between the forehand 7 line. Trying to keep it away from Urrutia and drop it in front of Arats. There's a backhand by Arats. Robote for Gaucheri. Urrutia, what a grab at the 7. Backhand caught by Urbieta. Robote left side. Gaucheri cuts it off at the 6. Fires it outside. That is stopped by Urrutia. Urrutia blasting it back and juggling ruled on Urbieta. First point of the decisive third set goes for Urrutia and Arats of the Fireballs.
Another shot attempt that's scooped up easily and caught by Urrutia there on the outside. That's been at least the last 3 shots, maybe 4 shots to the outside. He's caught all of them. I mean, they're really leaving the inside of the court open, not allowing Gaucheri to beat them with his shot making, and it's really changed here in the last 2/3 of this match.
Urrutia coming out and getting his cesta reinforced again with that strapping tape. You see that area of the cesta takes quite a beating when you're playing against, well, a number of players, but especially against Gaucheri.
At this level, at this speed, he seems to be good with just one piece.
Here's a catch by Urbieta. Arats to the forehand of Gaucheri. Urrutia, great catch at the 8 line. Powerful backhand follows. Robote, right up the middle. Caught by Arats. Gaucheri gets into position to make the catch. Urrutia is there. Hard to the inside from the costado. Stopped by Urbieta. Urrutia again. Rotate forehand, powerfully thrown, and beautifully caught by Urbieta. Robote, big bounce.
Oh,
what a catch by Urrutia, my goodness. Robote for Gaucheri, midcourt. Hard throw. Arats takes it on the bounce. Gaucheri picks this up on the bounce.
Oh, my.
Ball tipped. 1-1. Gaucheri serves for the Renegades. Arats called him off, I believe, just as he had his cesta extended to make the catch, letting him know that he was there. But Urrutia's been playing really aggressive in the front.
Oh, look, those floaters are a good counter to an aggressive player. Gaucheri scored on it in the first set. It's a little closer to the wall, but still tough one to handle.
Urbieta on the catch. Here's the backhand. What a catch by Arats. Gaucheri has it on the backhand. Powerful backhand. Robote coming out. Robote left side, high, but caught by Gaucheri. That one came fast and scores. 2 points for Gaucheri. And Urbieta of the Renegades.
Well, instead of trying to beat Urrutia to the net, he just threw it right at him and forced him to make this adjustment from his left to his right at the last moment. You see there, thought it was going to be left. It kicked to the right side, and by the time he makes the change, the ball's by him. Just under.
Fault, under serve. Second serve must be good. Good serve lands between the 4 and 7 line. Going for that low ace where it crosses the side wall and the backcourt just can't touch it. But flirting with that 4 line.
Yeah. Just catching a little piece. Oh,
Urrutia picks the serve. Drop shot.
Gaucheri. Oh,
Gaucheri got there. And the split placement scores. Beautifully done by Gaucheri. 3 points for Gaucheri and Urbieta. Gaucheri has the serve.
Well, Gaucheri tracking down a Tejada is one of the fastest humans on earth. I mean, the jump too is incredible, and I think it's really more the read than the reaction. I mean, you got to be quick. Everybody knows that, but you have to also get a great head start, which he did. Right when Urrutia turned his head to throw the shot, that was a full sprint to the front corner, and he got there.
Fault, under serve. Second serve must be good. Good serve lands between the 4 and 7 line.
Oh my, and it's well under.
Double fault. 2 points for Urrutia and Arats. Urrutia serves for the Fireballs.
And I think a direct result of what happened on the previous point. I mean, the second serve floated right to Urrutia. He cut it off. I just can't believe he would give it that far under. Because even the last time he picked it, Renegade still won the point.
Gaucheri has had a few double faults throughout the season. Hard serve, caught. Robote left side, high and inside, caught on the forehand. Long cortada will score for Urbieta. What a shot. 4 points for Gaucheri and Urbieta. The Renegades, Gaucheri serves. That's the second backcourt cortada.
I mean, anything close to the side wall, the Fireballs have really been struggling with today. And those are two of the best catchers on the roster. But what a throw. A gutsy shot, too.
Arats on the backhand. Arats again, this time from the 11 line. Robote for Gaucheri. Bote again for Gaucheri. Rats advances, take that in the air, big backhand. Urbietta's there. Bote forehand, Gaucheri has this low on the left side. Powerful backhand follows. That's such a difficult catch made by Rats. Rats again, backhand from the 12. Gaucheri has it, backhand, low and hard. Scooped up by Rats at the 13. Rats on the catch, backhand from the 10 line. Urbietta's there. What a catch by Urrutia. This one takes off for Bote at the 4 line. Outside placement is stopped, but not held onto by Urrutia. That is 5 points for Gaucheri and Urbieta. Possible match point.
Well, once again, Gaucheri throwing it at him as opposed to trying to beat him with a shot.
Well, and also feeding Gaucheri the rebote on the fly like that.
Yeah.
Anywhere, we've discussed this so many times, anywhere in front of the 5 line is just lethal.
Right to him, but just so hard. Can't make that catch.
Urrutia picks the serve. The 2-all stopped by Gaucheri. Carambola by Gaucheri will score for the win. Point set and a hard-fought match for Gaucheri and Urbieta, taking it 6-2 in the 3rd set.
Yeah, last time these two teams matched up, Gaucheri and Urbieta won it in the 3rd set. This time, a couple less points, 6-2 in the 3rd set. They get it done. First win of the day up on the board for the Renegades. We'll move over to singles next with actually 3 singles matches in a row. First, Ben against Ron. That's coming up in just 2 minutes. Take a look at this replay, though, before we depart. Last sequence here. Urrutia picks it. 2-all here, and when Gaucheri makes the catch, oh boy, duck, splits him up, don't have to, and that ends the match. 6-2 in the 3rd set. The Renegades take it.
As soon as that highlight ball leaves the cesta, you can't blink because every second is packed with action. Keep up with the world's fastest ball sport all game day long with bets on the matches, the sets, and each individual point. Find your favorite team or player and get in on the action with DraftKings, the official sports betting partner of the World Jai-Alai League. The crown is yours.
First point of the game day, going the way of the Renegades. Gaucheri and Urbieta have now completed their full double season with a record of 8-2. We're going to hear from that Renegades team. Again, pressure, everything on the line there, and they deliver once again. Gaucheri and Urbieta after their win. Here they are. Congratulations, guys. A well-played match going into a 3rd set, but it felt like the momentum shifted, Urbieta, when you decided to go with that cortada from deep in the backcourt. It was tied in the 3rd set. What did you see to throw that shot?
I see that Urrutia was a little bit in the outside, so I see a kind of bigger space because Arad was covering the back wall, so I tried to throw. Not so risky because I didn't want to hit the pad, but I threw it and it was a good shot.
Well, perfect execution. You guys got a much-needed win. Congratulations and good luck the rest of the game day.
Thank you.
We'll see here if Ben can keep it going. Ben looking for his first singles win this year in this matchup against Ron. Ron, this is just his 4th singles match this year, so he will still have one left in the final game day for the Fireballs. Ron 2-1, though. Ben will have the serve. Officials make their way out there. We'll begin match 2. There's a serve by Ben. We begin. Backhand to the inside, stopped by Ben from the 9. Karam is in. Ron takes off, makes the stop. Forehand, crossing the wall, scooped up by Ben. What a catch. Ron gets back there on the inside, floats it up. Ben, Costado. Oh, to the inside, that will score. Ben First point of match 2.
Good throw by Ben. Nice and low. Not sure if he was trying to snap a 2-all or... But regardless, there was no stopping that one.
Yeah, if he can do that 6 times, he could win this match. Ron on the inside, sends the backhand deep, wall to wall, Robote, saved by Ben. 2-all return, picked up high on the left side of Ron. Inside placement, will score. It's well thrown. Ties it, 1-1.
Ron throws with a high degree of accuracy. Away from his opponent, frequently away from his opponent.
High bouncing serve. Ben plays it inside. Ron makes the catch. Fires it back to him. Ben looking for the rebote now. Lays it up to the inside. Ron, good pickup up there at the 9 line. Backhand clears the screen. Rebote forehand again, opening up to the middle of the court. Ron controls it. Sends it low to the inside. Look at Ben. Steps up, caught it in the air. Ron goes high and deep. Rebote, not a lot on it. Ben saves it. Ron takes off. He got there, takes a look. Drop shot by Ron. Ooh, Ben's fast. He got there. Ben plays it up the middle. Ron makes the catch, tries to pass Ben. Oh, he had a play on it, but could not secure the catch. Well played point, goes to Ron.
So Ron doesn't want to throw that high enough to start floating with the overhead screen, but 1, Ben's fast enough to stop almost any drop shot, and 2, his vertical is pretty impressive. Not as impressive as yours, Andrew, but
I was going to say, Stu, come on, I'm right here.
A close second.
Thank you. Inside placement, caught by Ben on the left side. He goes deep. It died. Ron lays it up. Here's Ben from the 9. Costado. Oh, he keeps it inside. Ron looking for the rebote. It's a tough one. Dropping. He makes the save. Ben again. 2-all. He is in, and it scores. Opening up nicely there for Ben. It's 2-2. Ben throws this 2-all so hard. It really opens up and maintains speed too. You see it cutting away from Ron too as he's trying to make the catch. This one right at his feet, and it'll get by to score. Ron breaks the tie. He leads 3-2.
That's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about Ron. When he's not tied up in a point and he has a moment to think about it, like when he's ready to receive a serve, just put that very much inside and at the feet of Ben.
Ben waits for the serve to cross the wall, sends it high and deep. Rebote forehand, played to the inside, cut off by Ben. Beautiful catch. Hard backhand follows right into that corner. Ron saves the rebote. Ben, fires it above the pad. The Costado scores to tie it, 3-3.
Beautifully executed by Ben. Straight to the inside when he saw Ron cutting to the outside. Because Ben throws a lot. When he winds up like that, he does throw the 2-all frequently.
And he throws it hard.
Absolutely.
And it opens too, so, you know.
You got to get out there, but in that case, saw Ron moving to the outside, dropped it back to the inside perfectly.
If you can keep it inside like that, just above the pad too, I mean, that's tough to navigate, covering the entire width of the court and the length of it too. All runner again at Ben's feet. He scoops this one up. Backhand from the 11 line. Wall to wall. Ron switches to the right. Saves the rebote. Ben, that's a little high. That's up at the overhead screen and out of play. Ron leads 4-3.
So far, close. Ben and Ron trading point by point. Ben doing a decidedly good job in terms of shot selection, court positioning, making the catches.
And backhand going out a long way. Ron tracks it down at the 7 line. Plays it inside Ben from the 9. Low runner. Ron looking for it. Saves another rebote. This one right at Ben's feet. Great pickup at the 11 line. Sends it back inside. Ron has it off the wall. Costado to the inside. Long run. Just out of reach of Ben. 5 points and a possible set point for Ron of the Fireballs.
Seems like Ron is also getting the idea. Don't play around with Ben. You know, don't try to drag it out. Just get these points finished with as quickly as possible. If you have the opportunity to kill it, kill it.
And Ben, I mean, you can tell he's aware of the shot making of Ron.
Absolutely.
So, you know,
he's looking for anything. Which, when you're playing against Ron, you need to do.
Ben backs up, takes it at the 12 line. Sends it high and deep. Past Ron, looking for the rebote. Sweeps it off the ground. Ben now from the 8, backhand comes in low. Ron takes it in. Costado to the inside. There's Ben with a high scoop. Here's Ron. Wall to wall, not a lot on that rebote. Ben digs it out, but puts it up the middle. Ron attacking. Fake the carom, put it back inside. It drops. Ben, threw it in the pad. Point and set. Ron takes it 6-3, 2 minutes. Come back and play set number 2. Yeah, trading points early on there. The first half of that set was 3-3, but then Ron with a late run wins the final 3 points. He takes set 1, 6-3.
And Ben really doing everything right. Court positioning was good, catching ball in the air. Moving Ron around. Then it just seemed like Ron got warmed up and higher degree of accuracy on his throws. Here's some replays from that first set.
Yeah, this one was really well done. You see how it's cutting back inside, too, as he throws it?
Exactly.
Makes the run for Ben even longer, excuse me, if we can speak. Here's the drop shot. Look how he takes off. I mean, he gets there pretty easily. That's, I mean, just about knee height.
Yeah,
but
this is the one that Ron,
and then
he just barely got it over. Ben winds up with that. Ben can do a couple different things.
And here with the 2-all. This is a good one. It's
Beautiful.
Opening up away from Ron. Inside placement here.
Again, beautifully done by Ben.
I mean, it seemed that Ben had most success when he was throwing those costados. Ron, I mean, really was uncomfortable, kind of on his heels, didn't know which way to commit, and he was far from almost every ball. The 2-all, he didn't really get particularly close, and the inside placements, he didn't even move for it. So if you're Ben and you saw that in the first set, maybe throw a couple more, keep him honest, and, you know, try to beat Ron to the outside and throw some shots. Because you're going to get into a, you know, Ron's game and play to the inside of the court. I think he's just going to slice him up all day. But if, you know, Ben's got to play to his strengths here. Ron, not known for his defense, you know, 2-wall defense on the outside. So if he can throw a couple, get him to open up. He doesn't have to throw them all too well, and he can score on a bunch. See what Ben does here coming out to begin set 2. There's a serve, set 2 begins. Ron waits for the serve to cross. Backhand up the middle, here's Ben. Costado to the inside, long run. Ron got there, crashed into the wall and makes the play. Then again, another one. This one clips, Ron stays outside, makes the catch. Long drop shot thrown to score for Ron. Gets him on the board first here in set 2.
Ron was pretty far back when he threw that as well. That's really well executed by Ron.
Ben from the 11 line sends the backhand wall to wall. Ron tracks it down, saves the rebote, back to Ben. Costado, 2-wall. Oh, it doesn't open enough. Ron from the outside gets it, puts it back inside. Oh, look at Ben, nice scoop. Oh, rebote a little too high. That's in the overhead screen and out of play. Ben ties it up, 1-1.
Ron really needs, I mean, both players obviously need to avoid unforced errors. Ron looking like he wanted to get really a really big bounce on that one. Move Ben up, maybe he's going to tip it. But Ben's been doing a really good job of catching the ball in the air so far in this match.
Ron steps up, backhand. Gonna clear the overhead screen. Rebote save. Oh, kicking up and out. Ron comes all the way back for it. It's a tough save of his own. Ben reaching up high, great control, backhand. He's come shooting off the back wall. Ron, rebote save. Oh, to the inside, that scores. 2-1 lead for Ron. Now Ben was just in the way a little bit. See here, he ducks at the last second, but the wrong way. Yeah.
Stayed out of the way nicely.
Yeah,
Gave Ron room to make his throw, which is what you need to do when you don't have possession of the ball.
Here's Ben. Backhand, caught in the middle of the court. Ron, 2-wall. Oh, it opens. Soft touch to score. 3-1 lead for Ron.
If I'm not mistaken, I think that's the first one we've seen Ron throw, and man, that just beautifully executed. I mean, Ben is lingering back there around the 10 line.
Opens wide, and it's got a soft touch, too. Serve backspin up. He stops it at the 12 line. Fires it inside. Ron, rebote save into the corner. Ben, 2-wall. Not enough. Ron from the outside takes a look. Sends it back at his feet. That'll score. Ron opens up a 4-1 lead.
That's a real good example of Ron lining it up. Again, not just throwing it in Ben's general direction, below. Want that ball to flow through the air and hit the ground within about a foot of Ben's legs to set up what would be a very difficult scoop.
Strong backhand there. Ron sets up for the rebote, plays it inside. Ben picks it up, but Ron able to step back to make the catch. Coasty high to the inside. It's dropping low. Ben, rebote save, takes Ron to the outside. Takes a look again. Fires it at his feet. Oh, it's caught right off the side wall. What a beautiful catch by Ben. Ron to the outside. Ben, tip ball. 5 points, possible set, and a possible match point for Ron of the Fireballs.
Ben just had a phenomenal catch there at the side wall. And again, that's one where Ron could have thrown the carom from the forehand. Ben was mid-court to the inside. Again, you play with, you play around with Ben and whether or not he's going to catch the ball. Chest level, it's risky.
Ben stops it just before it crosses the wall. Nice backhand. Rebote by Ron to the inside. Cut
Beautiful
off
catch.
with a leaping catch by Ben. Clears the screen, sends it deep. Ron stops at the 7 line, turns it to pass again. This one's right on the wall. It scores for the win. Point, set, and match. Ron takes it in straight sets. 6-3, 6-1. Ron back in the win column here. His singles play has been stellar so far this season. Now 3-1 after that win. Up next goes Sherry and Aratz. The brothers go at it just about 2 minutes. Game day score reflecting that win here by Ron. Ties things up 1-1. You see it up there on your screen. Also, that bottom row is our season-long standings. If the Renegades tie today's game day or win it, they will secure their spot in the playoffs. As for the Fireballs, if they win tonight's game day, they would all but lock up the #1 seed. We're going to get Ron over in the DraftKings players cage for that post-match interview. Good on Ron. That was tight early on, but separated himself there midway point of the first set, and then in set number 2 for that straight set win. Here he is, Ron of the Fireballs. Straight set win there for you. Now, you and Ben go back a number of years. How has the strategy changed from when you first played him back in those H2H to now in this season of Battle Court?
So right now I'm more strict with my shot because I know Ben have improved a lot with his game. So I'm trying to be careful not to put the ball in the middle. So always at the back, so he will do the rebote, and I will go in the front. So that's the best strategy for Ben.
Well, it was well executed, Ron, and a big game day win to tie up the game day.
Thank you so much
for the time.
Thank you.
Go Sherry and Arats, the battle of the brothers here in singles, beginning right about now. Go Sherry and Arats matched up a little bit earlier in the regular season. Go Sherry won the first match, 3-setter, 6-4, 4-6, 6-3 in the third set. So far this season, Arats 3-5 in his first year in Division 1. Go Sherry 7-2. Go Sherry 7-2, the best record, tied with the best record of any player in singles, top division.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to begin our next match, our third match on the game day. Sherry will have the serve for the Renegades. Sherry serves, we begin. Powerful backhand. Arats commits to the backcourt. That ball is tipped at the side wall. First point, the first set, goes to Go Sherry of the Renegades. He serves.
Well, we've seen Arats start off the matches with his same style. I mean, he backs up, tries to keep the ball in front of him early on. With a cold ball, doesn't travel as far, so it's a little more difficult to pass. Arats would love to keep the ball in front of him. That's where he's been throwing the shots well. It kind of opens up his singles game.
Powerful backhand. This one caught by Go Sherry. Go Sherry powerful from the left side. Arats back to the inside. Go Sherry picks that up on the bounce. Scoop. Karam. Read by Arats, stopped by Arats. Arats goes high, looking to drop that in. It just a little too much sidewall, lands out. 2 points for Go Sherry of the Renegades. He serves.
Yeah, had a lot of space there, but mighty kick off the side wall sent it across the boundary line and out of play.
Yeah, just the right idea. Just a little too hard.
Yeah, and also, you know, if it hits off the back wall, it's going to open up to the outside, so you don't need to cut it that close to the boundary.
Excellent serve by Go Sherry. Powerful backhand by Arats. Go Sherry from the 11 line. Big backhand. Arats. Go Sherry takes this in the air. Powerful forehand passes. Rebote by Arats. Go Sherry from the 5. Fakes the 2-all, drops it inside to score. 3 points for Go Sherry. He serves. Sold the fake.
He almost got me on that fake. I was expecting the ball to be thrown off the side wall, but the hips were telling you one thing and the arm was telling you another. Kept it to the inside and just perfect. There you go. Sherry likes to do that, particularly on the right side. He opens up kind of dramatically. It's usually a tell, but and use it against the opponent too.
Here's backhand by Arats. Rebote forehand. Arats from the 10 line. Ball tipped at the side wall. Arats is on the board with his first point. And the serve.
Perfect placement right on the side wall as Gaucheri tries to pull it in. Nothing more complicated than that. If Arats can put it on there again.
Powerful backhand by Gaucheri to the inside. Arats on the rebote. Drop shot. Big bounce. Arats is there. The 2-wall. Thrown powerfully to score by Arats. He has 2 points. And the serve. Costello 2-wall behind Arats. Gaucheri specializes in that. Arats just...
And look, it's not that easy to throw it up at about the 3 line or 4 line where Arats gets this off. Let's see here in the replay. He makes the catch pretty comfortably, but to throw it up there, it's tough to get the angle, and Gaucheri, he committed to get out there, just out of reach.
Arats from the 12 line to the inside. Here's Gaucheri from the 9. Backhand by Arats, 2 pass. Arats on the catch, 2-all. Gaucheri stops it.
Not enough.
Forehand. Karam on the return will score. 4 points for Gaucheri. He serves.
Wasn't to be the second time. See how close he is to the side wall? It's tough to get such a good angle to open it up. Gaucheri, foot speed to make the stop, and then the carom from the outside.
Throw the
So
ball
much
where your
space.
opponent's not. That's exactly where Gaucheri put it.
Arats was backing up, moving to the inside, so throw it to the outside of the court, easily scoring.
There's the backhand by Arats. Gaucheri from the 10. Arats at the 11. Big backhand. 2 pass. Rebote forehand. Arats has it. 2-all thrown powerfully and scoring. Arats will keep it close with 3 points. Gaucheri has 4. Arats has a serve for the Fireballs.
See there, he just had Gaucheri trapped inside ever so slightly. He throws the costado from the outside. It opens up a little more. And it's just such a long run. Look at Gaucheri. He's moving out there the entire time. I think he tried to flick it up as he made the catch. Just caught it off the tip.
Rebote left side to the inside. Catch by Gaucheri. Gaucheri, Costello 2-all. Fired hard and scoring. 5 points for Gaucheri of the Renegades. Possible set point. I think Arats wanted that inside just a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, you see where he gets it. He's more to the middle of the court than inside there. And that's vintage Gaucheri. That is a textbook perfect costado 2-wall.
In trying to put the ball on the sidewall when you're throwing it, sometimes you clip the sidewall first. Here's the backhand by Arats. Caught by Gaucheri. Gaucheri from the 9 line. Powerfully caught in the air by Arats. Rebote forehand. Scoop by Gaucheri. 2-all by Gaucheri.
Oh,
Will score. Point and set for Gaucheri of the Renegades. He wins the first set 6-3. 2 minutes go up on the board. We'll come back out and play our second set. You are watching Battle Court live from the Magic City Fronton in Miami, Florida. We are currently playing our third of 6 scheduled matches on the game day between the Renegades and the Fireballs. Here we are in the ESPN3 DraftKings Players Cage. Focus on Gaucheri. Let's take a look at some of those replays from the first set. Gaucheri faked the carom, dropped it back inside to score. That's why you see Arats running out. Long drop shot. You can see Gaucheri recognizes that he didn't throw it particularly well. Arats able to capitalize on it with a 2-wall. Gaucheri fine catch here on the forehand. Carom return well out of reach of Arats and scoring. Here's Arats. Gaucheri very much locked in, gets this 2-all to the outside. Gaucheri Almost had it, was right there near the tip, but not able to make the catch. This is the one where Arats would have liked to have had that right on the sidewall coming back. Instead, it comes into the cesta of Gaucheri. Gaucheri is able to fire off a kill shot to score. And that is point and the first set for Gaucheri of the Renegades. Reminder of the scoring here in Battle Court. First player to reach 6 points wins the set. First player to win 2 sets wins the match. First match of the day, a doubles match, went 3 sets. Second match, 2 sets in favor of Ron of the Fireballs. That first set going in favor of Gaucheri. Both players on the court. Arats will have the serve.
I said earlier last time these two matched up, it did go into a third set with Arats winning set number 2. See if he can do the same right here. Arats will begin with the serve.
Powerful throw, will score. First point of the second set goes to Gaucheri. Arats on the backhand from the 11 line. He passes. Rabote. Rabote 2-all. Stopped by Arats. Arats on the forehand. Hard. And scoring on the return. Well thrown. 1-1. Arats serves for the Fireballs. Arats doing a good job of getting that back just out of reach of Gaucheri.
Well, shoots it a little early here. I mean, you see that ball bounces close to the middle of the court, just outside the boundary line. That's plenty of time and space to make the catch and execute a good throw to score.
Powerful backhand, stays to the inside. Arats goes deep. Gaucheri off the wall. Powerful, powerful backhand. Rabote comes out to the 6 line. Arats is on it, a little clip. That puts it on the forehand of Gaucheri. Gaucheri inside from the forehand to score. 2 points for Gaucheri and the Renegades. He serves.
Well, the one thing you can't do is give Gaucheri the ball in the middle of the court. I mean, you said that a little earlier, even off the Rabote, but here, I mean, Arats, it's just a little clip off the side wall, and you see he's hesitating because he expects a good carom, but he's got to respect it, and the inside placement, he can score easily there too.
There's the backhand by Arats. Rabote. Arats makes a great catch at the 9 line. Here's the backhand to pass right to the corner, dropping. Rabote. Powerfully thrown by Gaucheri. Arats on the 2-all.
Oh,
that is out. 3 points for Gaucheri of the Renegades. Gaucheri will serve.
well, it's a tough one, and see how Arats responds, you know. He finally got Gaucheri to commit the wrong way, and then he pushes it wide. I mean, you see here, opens up really wide, and Gaucheri's running the opposite way of the ball.
Definitely
Yep,
had
if
him.
it's in, it scores. If it's out, Gaucheri opens up a 2-point lead, and that's what happened.
Arats on the backhand. Gaucheri backs the 11 line to take it in the air. Arats from the 8 to the inside. Rabote on the wall. Saved by Gaucheri. What a tough one. That was a big, big bounce, and then a floater. 4-point for Gaucheri. Here in the second set, he serves.
when it bounces up that high off the floor, you have to be like breaking the wrist as you're approaching the ball. I mean, it is so difficult.
You really got to catch it in the air, or or hang back and wait for it to. That's really almost getting caught under the bridge, but not quite.
Getting caught under the bridge, like at about the 6 or 7 line.
Yeah, that's a bad place to be. Always want to be trying to catch the ball in the air, but especially right there. Excellent catch by Aratz off a good serve by Gaucheri. Backhand. That touched the overhead screen, which is out of play. 2 points for Aratz at the fireballs. He serves.
Yeah, just a little piece of the overhead screen back in about the 9 or 10 line. Gives Aratz another life here. Got to be his last push to get back in the match.
Powerful backhand by Gaucheri, caught by Aratz. Aratz goes deep. Robote coming to the 7 line. Gaucheri fires it back. Aratz will take this in the air. Backhand by Aratz. Robote. Forehand by Gaucheri. Robote 2-all. Lands in. Stopped on the forehand of Gaucheri, who returns the carom to score. 5 points. Possible set. Possible match point for Gaucheri of the Renegades.
Gaucheri sets the pace fast and slow, and sometimes on these throws, you just have to wait a little bit, see how he winds it up, and then right at the last second, he opens up and throws the carom. Yeah, he can speed things up and throw it hard, but he can also slow it down like that, and the opponent guessing wrong.
Backhand by Aratz, powerfully thrown. Robote coming out to the 8 line. Played wall to wall off the forehand. Aratz makes the save, light touch. Gaucheri attacks. Carom is out. 3 points for Aratz. He serves.
Could have been the match. Had the space, just pushed it about an inch or 2 wide. That one was close.
Here's the backhand by Gaucheri, powerfully thrown, dropping low on the back wall. Aratz makes the save. Gaucheri attacking, winding up. Costello 2-all will score for the win. Point, set, and match for Gaucheri, taking it in straight sets, 6-3, 6-3.
Gaucheri finishes up his singles season at 8-2. Another top-notch season for Gaucheri in Division 1. Straight set victory to give his Renegades a 2-1 lead on the game day. Up next, Goanaga and Lalu in 3rd Division singles. Let's take a look at this final throw, though. Again, Gaucheri, this is what he does well. Moves up on the ball, takes it in the air. The 2-all opens wide, and it scores for the win.
All right, boys, who we betting on?
However you bet, whoever you are, the sportsbook for every kind of player. Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Game day score reflecting that win by Gaucheri, already his 2nd of the day. So Gaucheri's 2-0, his work is done. Now just waiting and watching the rest of the day, see if his team can get a 3rd win, because that tie of the game day will give the Renegades a shot at the Winter 25 Championship. We're gonna hear from Gaucheri, straight set winner, to give his team a 2-1 lead. Gaucheri, congratulations. Talk about the pressures on, the final day of the regular season. You guys have not yet clinched the playoffs, so going out in the first match and then in singles, what is the mindset on a day where it's must win or maybe nothing?
Today we knew that we need 3 matches To be on the playoffs. If we win one more, we are in the playoffs clinched. And we have to win one more. If we win two, it's better to be second or third, but the goal is to be on the playoffs. So if we win one more, we are happy.
Well, great start for you today, Gosheri. Congratulations and good luck the rest of the game day.
Thank you.
And Gosheri done. He won both of his matches. Now Goanaga with a chance here. This is the first time we're seeing Goanaga. Singles matchup here against Lalu. Doesn't get better than this, Stu. Both players undefeated, 4-0 coming into this matchup. Lalu in his first year here in Battle Court. It's been a great introduction. He's looked good in doubles. Singles play has been solid for him too, but this is his toughest matchup in Division 3. Should be a fun one here. Goanaga serves. We begin match number 4. With a backhand to the inside, Robote by Goanaga, picked up by Lalu. Forehand to pass, Goanaga, Robote save, back on the inside, Lalu with the catch. Goanaga on the inside from the 10 line, sends it deep. Lalu, Robote save, Goanaga. He's got it in the air, Costado to the inside, long run, Lalu, he got there. Robote again, this one kind of hooked up the middle, scooped by Lalu. Drop shot, not droppy enough. Goanaga gets up there, inside placement. That one will score. 2 bounces in the first point for Goanaga of the Renegades.
Lalu did a good job of settling himself after making a difficult catch there. Goanaga winds up with the first point here for the Renegades.
That's an ace. Goanaga takes a 2-0 lead.
Goanaga lined that up perfectly. Lalu sensed it was coming after it came out of the service box low. Just not able to get his cesta in front of it.
Hard serve again, taken in by Lalu. Backhand along the wall. Goanaga goes up to make the catch. Robote forehand, dropping. Here's Goanaga. Costado to the inside again. Long run for Lalu. He digs it out, but Goanaga moves up on it. He's got it at the 5 line, 2-all. It opens, and it scores. 3 in a row for Goanaga.
Lalu got out there, got a cesta on it, just not able to gain control of the ball. Lalu knows Goanaga's game well enough to know that if he cuts to the outside, Goanaga's going to put it inside. Conversely, if he stays to the inside, he's going to throw that.
Great stop by Lalu before it crossed the wall. Goanaga, Robote, dive-in save to the inside. Lalu, 2-all, opens, and it scores. Powerfully thrown. That's the first point for Lalu.
I think Lalu understands that he's got to take those opportunities. If he feels that he has it and kill it, he's got Goanaga on his back right there. Goanaga has to get up and get to the ball, which he's more than capable of doing.
And to that points to Goanaga's 5th on the roster in total 2-wall kills and singles. He's averaging more than 4 a match, so you got to counter. You got to throw him. Robote left side, kicks up the middle. Goanaga with the stop. Oh, hard forehand, missed on the bounce. 4-1 lead for Goanaga.
Yeah, frustrating for Lalu. But a beautiful throw here by Goanaga. Do I let it pass and see if I have any play on the Robote? Not at that level. And not at that number. Crossing the wall, round your waist at the 10 line.
Right in the corner. Forehand rebote by Goenaga. Ooh, Lalu played through the contact, sends it inside. What a scoop by Goenaga there with one hand. Right in the corner, Lalu. That one clips off the sidewall. Scoop on the right side, low hard forehand. Scoop by Lalu now. What a point here. Goenaga running into the backcourt, lays it up high off the front wall. Ooh, he committed, and Lalu couldn't make the catch. Beautiful counter by Goenaga. That's 5-1, a possible set point.
You're absolutely right, Andrew. He committed, moved forward on this ball.
Right about here.
After going out, and if you got it, when you commit, you got to be able to take this. We saw this earlier. Got to be able to have a shot at taking that in the air, even if it's a low catch.
Lalu, low runner inside. Goenaga climbs the wall, comes down with the ball. Lalu now from the 10. Low bullet dropping, caught in the air by Goenaga. What a play. Back in the corner, diving save by Lalu. Goenaga steps in front of it. Forehand, just gonna pass with it. Lalu looking for another rebote. Played up the middle again. That scoop is missed. So Lalu gets 2. He'll serve. Still possible set point for Goenaga.
That's one where Lalu's power was able to help him out there. Didn't necessarily throw a 2-all and maybe just clipped a little bit, but he did it. He threw it hard. Pass Goenaga, low one on the right side.
That's a powerful serve. Goenaga got there. Let it cross the wall. Here's Lalu. High and hard from the 9 line. Blasted in the corner. Goenaga just lays it up. Here's Lalu. Costado, 2-wall, opens wide and scores. That's 3 points now. Lalu still serving.
Beautifully executed Costado 2-wall by Lalu. Goenaga still with 5 points. A dangerous lead, but for Goenaga, he's usually able to shut that out.
Catch by Goenaga. Opens with the backhand. Pass Lalu. Rebote save. Right at Goenaga's feet. Makes the stop. Backhand from the 9 line. Right into the corner. Rebote played. That's picked up by Goenaga at the 8. Low runner. Scoop.
Beautiful
by
scoop.
Lalu. Forehand rebote again. This one dropping. Lalu picks it. Inside placement. Oh, it clipped. Goenaga's got it in the air. This one stays inside. Look at Lalu. Great catch. Keeps the set going again. Fall down rebote 2-wall. Oh, not enough. Lalu. There's a hard forehand. Caught.
What a catch.
What a stop there by Goenaga. Back behind him. Comes to the middle of the court. Lalu. Inside placement. Goenaga's there. Great read. Low runner inside. Lalu turns the rebote. Comes right to Goenaga on the inside. Forehand, low and hard. Scoop again by Lalu. 2-wall. That's 2 wide. Point and set. Goenaga takes it 6-3. 2 minutes. We'll come back and play set number 2.
Bold choice by Lalu there at the end. May have felt that he had the Costado 2-0, just lands wide. Hard fought by both players.
I will say, with how hard Lalu is throwing the ball, I mean, he chucks it. I mean, we've talked about it throughout the season.
From the first time from his very first match at Battle Court, when it was like, we shut off the microphone and said, did that look like it was going faster? Yeah. From both sides.
I mean, we saw him today in practice throw a backhand that was a home run. So it hit off the back wall in the air, it bounced off the floor, it hopped over a player. That shows you the power that he has. And you think, you know, as the match progresses, the ball's going to warm up. It's going to be a little bit easier for him to show that power and to maybe score on some of his shots too.
But Goenaga's catching is just absolutely impeccable. Shots when he wants to throw them are spot on.
Well, that's a problem because the guy he's playing has just been so solid this year. Goenaga in Division III, he's 4-0. But every year, you know, he comes in with one of the best, if not the best records in this division. Last year, he was 4-1. I believe the year before that, I thought he was 5-0. So, as a Division III singles player, don't think it's going to get much better here than Goenaga. This is quite the test for Lalu. here at this third division too, a couple more actually backquarters. I guess Jairo is new to this group too, but they got a Migarena here in this group, Manny in the group as well. So yeah, you want a shot-making front quarter. I mean, number one, got to start with Goanaga in this group. We'll see what Lalu responds in set number 2.
Clock winds down. Our second set's ready to begin.
We are ready to begin set 2. Lalu serves to Goanaga. There's a serve. We begin set 2. Catch on the inside by Lalu. Fires it deep. Pass Goanaga. He saves Robote. Ooh, outside placement attempt. Not outside enough. Lalu forehand. Oh, threw it right to him. This one comes shooting off the back wall. He digs it out. Goanaga with the scoop. Goanaga's 2-wall opens. Beautiful. And it scores. Goanaga strikes first in set 2.
Lalu's got to cross some surfaces. He threw it hard, but Goanaga was able to catch it low. It didn't touch the floor in front of Goanaga. He's also not been crossing the side wall on that serve, which is how Goanaga was able to get an ace in the first set.
Robote to the outside.
Beautiful.
Filo Robote scores. That's 2-0. Goanaga leads.
That's just a beautiful throw by Goanaga. Looking for the Robote, lines it up. He's less than a foot from the side wall, straight outside from the Costado, just beautifully executed by Goanaga.
That's an overserve. First fall, second serve coming up. Oh, what a bullet there. It was flying over Goanaga's head, fall down 2-wall. Not enough. Lalu from the outside. Oh, he gave Goanaga a chance. He missed the scoop. Robote not there. Lalu now on the board here. No shutout in our second set.
Better job of crossing the side wall there next to Goanaga. Again, we've seen Goanaga just reach out and make those catches consistently.
Goanaga takes in the serve, fires the backhand. Oh, that drops right in the corner. Lalu kind of has to dig it out. Goanaga attacking, high to the inside. Oh, it clipped, came right to Lalu. He sends it up the middle. There's Goanaga with the scoop. Robote left side, clipped a bit. The scoop, though, is missed. Lalu ties it, 2-2.
So the throw before, where Lalu seemed to throw from the Costado just straight to the inside, I believe he felt he was throwing a little bit more inside than he was. That ball was a good 3-4 feet from the side wall. Again, like we were talking about with Gaucheri before, that, you know.
That's an ace. Lalu leads 3-2. Powerful serve coming in there.
Crossing the side wall. Can't overstate the value of utilizing that side wall as part of the offense, no matter what you're doing, even the drop shots.
Goanaga makes the catch, fires it from the 12 line. It's high off the back wall. There's a Robote by Lalu. Forehand now by Goanaga. Turns it past Lalu. There's a rebote. It's hooked into the pad. The pad is bad. Gawannaga ties it. 3-3.
Looking to go I believe looking to go inside with that. Just hooked it into the pad. Again, if that ball is inside, like let's say if within a foot of the side wall, Gawanaga's got difficulty getting to it. If it hits the pad, no one's got to worry about getting to it.
Hard serve crossing. Backed up by Lalu. He makes the play. What a stop along the wall. Gawannaga comes down with it. Sends it to pass. Rebote forehand. Now Gawannaga looking for a rebote of his own. Plays it inside. Cut off by Lalu. Pull it into the corner again. Gawannaga turns the rebote. Cut off by Lalu. There's the backhand. Forehand rebote turned inside. He passed Lalu again. He makes the save.
Tough one.
Stop up the wall. Gawannaga sends it back. That one a little less on it. Dug out by Lalu. Here's the catch. Gawannaga inside placement. Got him leaning the other way. This is a long run. Lalu got it.
Great effort.
And that is in play. What a save. Gawannaga drop shot. Ooh, Lalu takes off, but he's not going to get there. 4-3 lead for Gawannaga of the Renegades.
Something we've been seeing a little bit more of, guys not giving up and chasing these rebotes down. Now again, you're pretty far back when you make the save. Earlier today in practice, we saw someone cover both that and the drop shot to their benefit.
A stop there along the wall. Lalu sends it back. Gawannaga lets it pass. He turns it outside. Lalu stays with it, makes the catch. Karam from the outside. Oh, Gawannaga stops it. There's a forehand. Long run, it opens. Diving save, missed. 5 points, possible set, and a possible match point for Gawannaga.
Yeah, that ball opened more, cut, and by open more, cut more to the outside coming off of the back wall than Lalu was ready for. That's just experience with the court. Again, Lalu in his first season here. Ball thrown really hard by Gawannaga, thrown very well by Gawannaga.
Hard serve stays low. Lalu forehand over the top to the inside. This is dropping. What a save by Gawannaga. That was almost on the floor. Here's Lalu on the outside. Forehand, low and hard, doesn't cross the wall, and Gawannaga scoops it up. Sends it high and deep. Lalu, will he get out there? Oh, returns a drop shot off the rebote. Perfectly controlled to score. Nice shot there, extends the match. 4-4 Lalu. Still a possible match for Gawannaga.
Very well done. I mean, Lalu changes things up here. First time he's done it, Gawannaga clearly not expecting it. Still possible match point here for Gawannaga and the Renegades.
Nice serve. Gawannaga stops it. Hard backhand, thrown wall to wall. Rotate forehand to the inside. It's a tough one. Gawannaga saves it. Lalu drop ball. Point, set, and match. Gawannaga takes it in straight sets. 6-3, 6-4. And with that win, the third for the Renegades on today's game day, they have officially clinched their spot in the Winter 25 Battle Court playoffs. Fitting that Gawannaga gets the clinching win there. And seeding is not yet determined. A win here by the Renegades could move them up. They'll see if they can get it done. They got to win one of these next two matches. Joseph and Flores take on Jedin and Cabrera up next. Game day score reflecting that win by Gawannaga. Renegades third of the game day, enough for the tie. So add at least a half a point to the Renegades total with the Chargers and Warriors playing each other tomorrow. 7.5 points is good enough to finish in the top 4. But you see where you're seated right now. You know, if the Renegades go on to win this game day, they can move within half a point of the Fireballs and actually jump the Devils. Again, this is the final game day of the year for the Renegades, but still they can move up into second place, and then, hey, you never know what can happen in those final game days. And we'll be hearing from Goenaga. He's won 14 of his last 15 matches in Division 3 and another perfect season here in Winter 25. Goenaga, congratulations. You get the clinching win there to send your team to the playoffs. And now in your next match, you actually have a chance to win the game day. What do you expect in stepping out into that one? That's the finale.
Well, I think that today was a really important day for us. Like you said, we made the playoff, but that's not all. We need to make the most points possible, so we are going to try to win the game day. But yeah, happy for the win, or happy for the tie at least, and happy to make the playoffs too.
Yes, Goenaga, another great season. Congratulations on that perfect singles record.
Thank you.
6 division doubles coming up next. A sub for the Renegades. That will be Joseph subbing for Stan. So Joseph and Flores. They will take on Jedden and Cabrera. We Stan and Flores this season so far, they're winless, a record of 0-9. So this will be the 10th and final match for this Renegades 6 division team. Totally different season though for the Fireballs. Jedden and Cabrera, record of 7-1, tied for the best record in Division 6. Renegades will have the serve here, ready to begin match number 5.
Joseph serves, we begin. Scoop attempt, missed in the backcourt. Jedden and Cabrera get the first point of the first set for the Fireballs. Jedden serves.
Just a perfect throw for Cabrera to start off the match. Similar to how Ron was playing Ben in singles. Throw it at Flores' feet here in the backcourt. Force him to make those catches on the bounce. And they got to beat you that way.
That's a good catch by Flores. He floats it. Jedden with the catch, the 8 line. Flores on the catch. There's the backhand. Cabrera's there. Flores will reach out on the forehand and make this catch. Beautiful catch by Cabrera. Backhand 2-all will score. 2 points for Jedden and Cabrera of the Fireballs. Jedden serves.
That's been his shot, the backhand 2-all. Look at Joseph, aggressive play. I mean, he was darting from the outside back towards the side wall. When Cabrera sees that, he's going to chuck the backhand 2-all all match.
Backhand 2-all by Flores. Juggling on the catch of Jedden. That's a point for Joseph and Flores.
Jedden with the rare agreement with the officials, huh? That's good to see.
Well, you can
Certainly
agree or
juggled
disagree.
it.
The call is the call.
Or
Fault
handheld it.
over serve. Battle court rules allow for 2 serves. Second serve must be good. Good serve. Lands between the 4 and 7 line. I mean, he does have a choice. He can be juggling or holding.
Yeah, it may not have been a juggle, but it was a hold if it wasn't.
Cabrera on the catch. There's the backhand. Flores on the scoop. Backhand from the 10 line. Cabrera, powerful backhand. Joseph for Bote's save. Jedden takes it on the bounce. Powerful forehand. That one not coming out. Well thrown by Jedden. 3 points for Jedden. And Cabrera of the Fireballs. Jedden serves.
It just kind of died there in the back corner. Smart throw, but didn't really feed any of Rabote. Again, trying to pass this team and force Joseph to Rabote and beat you that way. Pretty good recipe for success if you're the Fireballs.
Excellent catch by Flores off a good serve by Jedden. Flores from the 11 line. Backhand 2-all. Jedden backing up and has a tip ball. That's 2 points for Joseph and Flores. Joseph has the serve for the Renegades.
Look, if I'm the Renegades here, I'm not testing Cabrera. He's one of the best catchers on the roster, regardless of rank. Got to test Jedden if you want to get back in the match. Force him to beat you outside, which Jedden has played well and has done that in a few matches, but it's not quite as consistent as Cabrera.
Powerful backhand by Cabrera. Joseph for the rebote. It's hooked into the pad, and the pad is bad. 4 points for Jedden and Cabrera. Of the Fireballs, Jedden serves.
If you're the Fireballs, that's what you want to see. Joseph running back to try to dig out these rebotes. Even if he gets it in play, he's just going to lay it up off the front wall. And Jedden can attack from there.
Flores on the catch. There's the backhand. Rebote forehand by Jedden. Scoop attempt missed by Flores, the 8 line. That's a 5th point and a possible set point for Jedden and Cabrera of the Fireballs.
And generally just good strategy shown by the Fireballs here. I mean, test Flores on the bounce. We see when he plays with Goenaga, he doesn't catch anything that's on the bounce or really not within his catching radius.
Fault over serve. Second serve must be good. A good serve lands between the 4 and 7 line.
Put the ball on the floor, kick it off the side wall. You're going to see a couple more misses, and that's been the case so far today.
Joseph picks his serve. Inside placement. Cabrera gets there. Backhand 2-all. Caught by Joseph around Jedden. Rebote forehand saved by Joseph. Jedden's on it. Drop shot.
Love it.
Will score. Point and set for Jedden and Cabrera of the Fireballs. They take the first set 6-2. 2 minutes go up on the board. Come back out. Play our next set.
You know, what I really love is seeing the development of a player live. And we've seen Jedden develop that costado this season. I mean, there was a time he didn't throw anything. He didn't throw a 2-wall. He didn't throw the drop shot from there. And now he's throwing both to a high degree of success, too. Last couple game days with the 2-wall in there with that Coasty drop shot. Doesn't get much better than that. 6-2. Jedden and Cabrera take the opening set.
You're watching Battle Court live from the Magic City Jai-Alai Fronton in Miami, Florida. Currently playing our 5th of 6 scheduled matches on the game day. Here we are back in the ESPN3 DraftKings Players Cage. Focus on Jedden and Cabrera of the Fireballs, who won that first set. 6-2.
Jedden and Cabrera practice well together. They play well together here in Battle Court.
Good communication.
Yeah, they get a lot of reps, and that certainly does help. You know, the top 2 teams here in Division 6, CRB Kubala and Jedden and Cabrera, and they get a bunch of practice time together, really figure out the communication. And that's maybe part of the training as well, but maybe the off-court training.
Joseph did a good job of getting to 2 rebotes. Was definitely good to see him come off the taxi squad.
And Joseph has won a match this season coming up off the taxi squad. When he played with Julian, they defeated was it Cray and Bradley, I believe?
Don't recall.
I got to get you. But Joseph has won a match this year coming up off the taxi squad. I may be mixing up teams here, but again, Joseph has played well. Been given a couple opportunities, and he's won at least 1 match every season where he's come off the taxi squad. That's been the last 2 years. A little bit more difficult here, just with the level of Cabrera here in the backcourt.
Yeah, Cabrera's going to move them all over the court. Same thing with Flores.
See what we got here. Set 2, ready to begin.
We're ready to begin our second set. Joseph has the serve for the Renegades. Joseph serves. We begin. Scoop attempt. Tipped by Flores in the backcourt. First point of the second set goes to Jedden and Cabrera of the Fireballs. Jedden has the serve.
Well, not sure exactly what it was. Just looked like Cabrera took a little off of it. It ended up dropping at Flores' feet, and it was perfectly done. Made the catch very difficult. Couldn't get to it.
Fault underserve. Second serve must be good. A good serve lands between the 4 and 7 line. Yeah, he just threw a backhand without a lot of power.
Yeah, just floated and cleared the screen and just dropped right in front of him.
Flores advances to make this catch. There's the backhand. Cabrera from the 12 line. Catch by Flores overhead. Backhand. Good scoop by Flores. Backhand 2-all. Caught by Jedden in the air. Catch by Flores. Flores goes back to the backhand 2-all. Caught again by Jedden. Jedden's Costado 2-all is out. 1-1. Joseph serves. First one worked well in the first set.
Yeah. Drop shot was good. This Costado just didn't really finish the swing here. I mean, take a look. He just kind of opens it. Yeah, it doesn't swing down. It just stays in the air and flies across the boundary.
Flores will make this catch in the air. There's the backhand. Cabrera, left side. Powerful backhand passes. Oh, the rare Chula will score. He found it. 2 points for Jedden and Cabrera. Jedden has the serve.
Oh, look at this backhand.
The magic spot on the floor or the back wall.
You're going to see
where
here
it is.
it hits.
That crack right in between the two.
Second bounce before the 11 line.
Backhand 2-all again. This one caught by Jedden again. Karam by Jedden. Scores. Three points for Jedden and Cabrera in the second set. Jedden serves.
This time from the right side. Jedden's got a lot of confidence. This was the side that he developed most of his shots with. Throws it a little more. That one perfectly done.
That ball goes off the frame of Flores' cesta. 4th point for Jedden and Cabrera. Jedden serves.
Go with his serves. Stays low, crosses the wall. Just missed right off the tip.
Joseph picks his serve. That 2-all caught the pad, and the pad is most definitely bad. 5 points for Jedden and Cabrera. This is possible set, possible match point.
Jedden's floating these serves up there. I love that Joseph is aggressive, but just got to do a little more with it. Got to make sure you throw it above the pad. Can't be giving these points away.
Well, he's got so much power, too. Just catch it and throw it back hard.
Yeah. Could also work.
Fault over serve. Battle court rules allow for a second serve. Second serve must land between the 4 and 7 line. Flores on the backhand. Scoop by Cabrera. Backhand 2-all. Scoop by Joseph. Joseph powerfully will score. 2 points for Joseph and Flores of the Renegades. Joseph has the serve.
High carambola. Hits off the front wall, side wall, and then back towards the outside. Cabrera was reaching, just couldn't get to it.
Fault under serve. Second serve must be good. Good serve lands between the 4 and 7 line. Cabrera advances to take the snare. Low runner. Stopped by Flores. Flores on the backhand to the inside, and Cabrera's there. Big backhand by Cabrera. Rebote forehand save by Joseph. Cabrera advancing. Makes the catch. Big backhand. Rebote coming all the way out.
It's on the wall.
Joseph stops another. Rebote. 2-all. Stopped by Joseph. Joseph, powerful Costado stop by Cabrera. Cabrera with a light touch to the inside where it will score for the win. Point set and match for Jedden and Cabrera. Taking it in straight sets, 6-2, 6-2.
Well, the Fireballs keep the game day alive heading into our 6th and final match. 3-2 lead for the Renegades. How about that performance by Jedden and Cabrera? Straight set victory again over this 6th division team in the Renegades to pick up their 8th win of the season. Up next, third division doubles to close things out. Goanaga and Urbieta take on Urrutia and Ron. Bradley on the move, breaking, he got there. Blast the forehand, everybody out of the way, and Nicholas got hit. Gaucheri up in the front court towards the inside. What a scoop!
What an amazing
by Douglas.
catch.
Gaucheri picks it up in the front court, whips it inside. Another one! Game day score reflecting that win just a few moments ago. Earned by Jedden and Cabrera. 6-2, 6-2 in straight sets. Now 8-1 this regular season. The only team to beat CRB and Kubala. Just playing so well together at this point in the season. We're going to hear from them right about now. Jedden and Cabrera. After that win, congratulations, guys. Again, the last time you played him, you saw Stan in for us. This time, Joseph comes in off the taxi squad. He's always motivated. What was the key to slowing him down and just not letting him get going?
Like you said, don't let him get going. Just realized Stan had an issue with his ankle, so Juice came in with the taxi squad. So we don't want to take those guys for granted. They can go out there and play just as well as anybody else. We had to do what we need to do. 6-2, 6-2. Move on, give our chance to win, our team a chance to tie the game up.
Got you well set. We'll see you guys a little bit later. Thank you for the time.
Thank you, guys. Hey, let's go Fireball. CRB, I love you.
Shout out CRB here, even on a day where the Devils not playing, huh?
And have nothing to do with the Fireballs.
He's a crowd favorite. What can we say? Goanaga and Urbieta.
Which crowd?
This crowd take on Urrutia and Ron here in this third division doubles match. Urrutia and Ron just 2-6 so far in the regular season. Goanaga and Urbieta, they've had a great year. They're 7-2. 7-2 record, best of any team in this division. There's a serve by Goanaga. We begin our final match. Low runner, scooped up in the corner by Urbieta. He fires the backhand. Ron is there. Urbieta plays it up the middle. Backhand from the 12 line. Caught on the inside by Ron. Urbieta now beyond the 12 line. Floats it up. Ron takes it in. Ball missed on the numbers. Urrutia and Ron get their first point of the match.
Rare miss by Urbieta. He had one in the earlier match with Gaucheri, but I think it was only one or two. Again, that ball was right on the sidewall, beautifully thrown by Ron.
Urbieta steps up, stops it at the 10 line. That crosses the wall. There's Ron with the catch. On the numbers again, Urbieta picks it off, sends it back. Ron's there. Goanaga backed up to the 10 line, plays it up the middle. Urrutia now, long drop shot. Is it droppy enough? It is. 2 bounces and a second point for Urrutia and Ron.
Very thoughtful play by Urrutia. Again, as we saw earlier in the singles match between Goanaga and Lalu, it was all power.
Yeah, with him so deep too.
That's time to throw it.
I mean, he was back at the 10 line here with Urbieta. But in the first set, you might see that a little more. Low runner to the inside there. Scooped up off the sidewall by Ron. Urbieta back at the 13 line. Keeps it inside. That one's on the numbers. Ron letting it pass. Urrutia just flicked it up there. Goanaga advancing. Forehand, to the outside. Ron with the read. Sends it high, back into the corner. Urbieta, foot on the wall. He comes down with the ball. Urrutia, 2-wall rebote is in, and it scores. Third point for the Fireballs.
You're absolutely right about Ron. I got my R's mixed up there. About the read by Ron. Read that perfectly.
2-all Robote there, just dropped it in. Urbieta in the middle of the court from the 10 line, hard to the inside. Ron steps out of the way. Arrutia saves the Robote. Goanaga fires it right back to Ron. He steps up, makes the catch in the air. Urbieta now retreating at the 12, sends it back. Ron waits on it, makes the play. One crossing the wall. Urbieta comes up with it. Back inside. Here's Ron. Urbieta now. Here's a catch by Ron just beyond the 12. Floats it up the middle. Urbieta keeps it on the left side. Long Robote. That's a tough one on the numbers. Goanaga, will he get there? He does. Forehand inside. Ron takes it in right off the sidewall. Leaping catch by Urbieta now. Backhand inside. Urrutia takes it in right on the numbers. Sends it high and deep. Here's the Robote. It's a forehand. I'm going to step away. Urrutia saves another one. Goanaga, drop shot. Oh, both fireballs there. Urrutia going to cut him off. Ooh, the drop shot return is in the pad. And the pad is bad. Goanaga and Urbieta on the board with their first point.
Urrutia with the unforced error. It's had some success from further away dropping that drop shot in. Right to that spot.
Well, it's more, it seemed to me like a common miss. It looked like he just rushed it. A lot of players that are under pressure to get it off quickly.
You hear footsteps.
And you just throw, I mean, that one, if it catches the bottom half of the pad, it's just rushed it. See a lot of players do it, though. Ball runner to the inside, scoop by Urbieta. Comes out high and deep, that clears the screen. Urrutia, Robote to the inside. Cut off by Goanaga. Ron sends it inside. Here's Goanaga from the 9. Backhand again. What a stop on the numbers. Urrutia, rather. Controls it, sends it back to Urbieta. On the inside, Urbieta gets there from the 10 line. Sends it back. Ron takes it in right on the numbers. Ooh, the backhand didn't have control. That's up in the overhead screen. 2 points for Goanaga and Urbieta.
Again, when they first played together, Urrutia and Ron, communication issues were a real problem. Man, have they worked them out throughout the season. Communication's spot on. Just 2 unforced errors here, giving the Renegades 2 points.
Ron, low runner. That's just above the pad. Urbieta gets up there. Back inside, Ron from the 11 line. Cut off overhead, Goanaga sends it back. Look at Urrutia. Comes flying in there to make the play. Catch on the inside. Ron, backhand. Picking up. Out past Urbieta. He makes the play in the corner. Urbieta now back at the 11 line. Hard throw to the inside. Cut off by Ron. He sends it deep. Not enough. Urbieta makes the play. Ron reaches in along the wall. Backhand up the middle. Urbieta going to keep it on the left side. Back inside. Ron gets there again. Ron from the 10. Trying to pass Urbieta. Just did get there. Rotate left side. That's going to turn inside. Urbieta waits for it. Back into 13. Sends it back. Ron picks it off. Urbieta. Great catch, hard backhand follows there. Robote now for Urrutia. Clips the sidewall. Goanaga with a drop ball. 4-2 lead for Urrutia and Ron.
Yeah, Goanaga's catching spot on every day that he's out here. A rare miss for him.
Urrutia stops that one in the air. Backhand kicking up and out. Robote for Goanaga. Played to the inside. There's Ron. Nice reach. Strong backhand. Pass both Renegades. Goanaga sends it back up the middle. Urrutia. Drop shot. Not enough. Here's Goenaga, picks it up, sends it right to Ron. He makes the play in the air. He goes high and deep. Goenaga stays up in the front court, turns to Robote. Now Rutia digs it out. Goenaga, aggressive play, a drop shot. Ron takes off. He got there, takes a look, sends it outside to score.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
5 points possible. Set point for Rutia and Ron.
Not just the way Ron got to that ball, not just the way he read it, but he takes, after this run, he takes a peek. He sees where both of his opponents are and goes straight outside. Smart play. Real smart play.
Seen some backcourters do some damage today.
Absolutely.
Possible set point for Rutia and Ron. Well, runner there by Urbieta. Nice scoop by Ron back at the 12. Sends it inside. Urbieta just didn't time it up. Sabote pushed up the middle. Urbieta runs around it, keeps it on the left side. Back inside. There's Urrutia. Nice stop by Urbieta. Backhand along the wall. Ron thought about it. Steps away. Urrutia saves the Robote. Here's Goenaga. Inside placement. Tough one. Scooped up by Ron. Floats the backhand up the middle. Urbieta. High and deep. That's out of reach. Urrutia all alone. He makes the save. Goenaga cuts it off. Inside placement again. Ron with another high scoop. Great catch on the inside. Urbieta floats it up. Ron steps up. He's got it at the 12. Well, that drops right in the corner. Nice save by Urrutia. Goenaga. Nice catch of his own back behind him. Fireball scrambling. The Robote is up in the overhead screen.
Ron was not able to get in the corner to get a play on that ball. That ball came out on the Robote on the sidewall the whole way and dropping. Urrutia just got assessed on it, but had really no control as it was coming out of his basket.
Urbieta sends it to Ron there at the 11 line. Good catch on the numbers. Urbieta sends it back. Bote to the inside, drops between them. Goenaga plays it up the middle. Here's Ron from the left side. Catch by Urbieta just before it crossed the wall. Urbieta now back a little bit further at the 13, trying to pass. Ron reaching up. Urbieta back inside. Urrutia, Robote save, cut off by Goenaga. Tough catch, backhand comes up the middle. Urrutia diving save to the inside. Look at Urbieta, he got there. Backhand, cut off by Urrutia. Inside placement, that's a tough scoop. Urbieta let it pass, he sees Robote on the backhand. Scoop by Urrutia, drop shot. Dropped in to score, point and set. Urrutia and Ron take it 6-3, 2 minutes. Come back and play set two.
Urrutia and Ron of the Fireballs taking that first set, 6-3. Once again, you're watching Battle Court live from the Magic City Jai-Alai Fronton in Miami, Florida. We are currently playing our 6th and final match of the game day between the Renegades and the Fireballs. Renegades have secured their position in the playoffs by having won at least 3 matches. Here we are back in the ESPN3 DraftKings Players Cage. Urrutia and Ron just coming off of a great first set. Ron's catching pretty much, well, flawless in the backcourt. Urrutia able to capitalize on a number of shots that he tried earlier in the game day that didn't work for him. Here's some replays. Urbieta with his consistent catching, beautiful Robote play. See the scoop here by Urrutia. Drop shot, inside, first bounce, second bounce. Right off the cesta of Goenaga. Great effort by Goenaga trying to get to that ball.
Back over here in the DraftKings Players Cage with Renegades side. Gonaga and Urbieta there with Stan. So the Renegades have done enough today to clinch their playoff spot, but as Gonaga alluded to in the interview, they're looking to get up ahead of the Devils and into second place, at least for the moment. The Devils still have 2 game days left in the regular season. So for the Renegades, that would mean that the Devils will need to lose their last 2 game days to have any hope of being the number 2 seed, but just getting into the playoffs and giving yourself a chance, that's really all that you could ask for. This Renegades team added Urbieta. They lost to Rots, and that was a huge loss, and still find themselves in the playoffs with a chance to hang their 3rd banner.
Well, Rots sits in the backcourt and catches everything, and Urbieta pretty much does the same thing.
It's a good replacement for him. Plays the role beautifully. Second set ready to begin here. Gonaga will have the serve. Game day score, Renegades lead 3-2 right now. So if Urrutia and Ron win this next set, or win either of the next 2 sets, the game day will end in a tie. If the Renegades come back and win this match, the Renegades will win the game day 4-2. Gonaga serve, set 2 has begun. Strong backhand by Ron. What a catch by Urbieta. Comes out of the corner to make the play. Ron from the inside, sends it back. Gonaga from the 9. Forehand crossing the wall. Nice scoop there by Ron at the 10 line. Ron from the 11, backhand. Along the wall, that's dropping. Gonaga makes the save. Catch by Ron, back at the 12, keeps it inside. There's Urbieta.
Beautiful
what
catch.
A kick right on the sidewall, backhand floated up. Urbieta now from the outside. Urrutia Rabote save. Urbieta climbs the wall and comes down with the ball. Urrutia again. Keeps it inside. Urbieta all alone. He scoops it up. Oh, Ron reaching in. Blind catch. Floats it back. Here's Urbieta. Ron, that one, just a drop ball.
I mean, 2 tremendous catches by Ron. One after that. A third would have been, that much more impressive, but they're just so tough. They're just dropping right there at the 13 line, on the wall the whole way.
Yeah, that's why Ron's reaching in, because he was telling Urrutia, I think it might chula if I let it go, so. Ron, what a bullet, just above the pad, and Urbieta. Sensational catch. That did catch the overhead screen and out of play, just a piece. That ties it 1-1.
Urbieta basically just was everything he could do to make that catch down low and let it rip when he sent it high, just a little too high.
Urbieta from the middle of the court, plays it inside, Rabote. Dropped at the feet of Gonaga, but look at Urbieta, got all the way up the wall to come down with the ball. Here's Ron now, backhand, on the numbers, Urbieta with a fine catch, he sends it deep. Rabote forehand, Urrutia switch, Gonaga sends it up the middle. Ron high scoop on the left side, little bullet. Look at Gonaga coming cross court to cut that one off. Ron at the 11 line, keeps it inside. Urbieta now. Same spot. This one dropped between the fireballs, and Urrutia saves Rabote. Leaping catch by Urbieta. Forehand to the inside. This one coming out. Save by Urrutia. Big bounce. Right control up high by Urbieta. He sends it deep. Rabote turns, scooped up by Urbieta back in the corner. Ron now from the inside, backhand opens up. Urbieta gonna let it pass. Gonaga fires it inside. Ron all alone. He makes another great scoop.
What a catch.
On again. Here's the backhand. Opens up the middle of the court. Urbieta slows it down. Floats the forehand. Ron runs under it. Catch right on the sidewall. Urbieta goes back. Ron reaches in the corner again to make the play. That's a bullet. Scoop by Ron. This one takes the Renegades to the outside. Goanaga diving save. Ron lets it pass. It opens. The rebote, is out. It sails out of the court. Goanaga and Urbieta lead 2-1.
And ball didn't go too far.
Catch by Ron on the outside. Backhand comes in. Urbieta. Nice body control makes the play. This one opens up. Drops between the Renegades. Goanaga sends it inside. This one dropping. Urrutia. That comes up low. 3-1 lead for the Renegades.
Yeah, that rebote. Urrutia was sitting on the ground trying to make a rebote on the forehand. It can happen. Just really difficult to do.
That comes shooting off the back wall. Saved by Goanaga. 2-wall by Urrutia. That's too wide. 4-1 lead for the Renegades.
Urrutia's got all that power. He just needs to employ a little control. He sent one out in the first match against Gaucheri as well. Again, it's a beautifully thrown Costalo 2-wall, just out.
Ron from the outside. Low runner. Scooped up by Urbieta. Not a lot of space there. The back wall coming up on him. Strong backhand by Urrutia. Urbieta stands in, makes the stop, sends it back. Ron pulls it in off the sidewall. Urbieta now at the 11. Ron, nice catch. Backhand up the middle. Urbieta stops another one. Rebote, 2-wall. Snapped in by Urrutia. That's a second point for the Fireballs.
That was really well executed by Urrutia. Goanaga caught slightly flat-footed. Again, Urrutia has been putting every one of these inside, so I get it. Mixed it up nicely there.
Backhand 2-wall by Urbieta. My, oh my. 5 points possible. Set point.
Yeah, okay, so Urrutia cut, I mean, he darted across and went back to the inside, so there was absolutely no risk. Both of the Fireballs were standing inside. There was absolutely no risk for Urrutia unless it was going to throw it out, but.
You don't see Urbieta fire many of those. It's a timely play. It's high off the back wall. Goanaga just does get out there, drops it inside. Ron now. Great stop, leaping grab by Urbieta, backed up to the glass, sends it to pass. Here's Rebote now for Urrutia. Made inside, look at the reach by Goanaga, he got there. Urrutia, inside placement, Urbieta got out there. Now Goanaga with time, able to save the Rebote. Outside placement attempt, split them up, and it scores. Just a little late to react, that's 3 points now for Urrutia and Ron, still possible set for the Renegades.
It was a bit of a chaotic point, but it turns out in their favor. Urrutia had not thrown a split placement to that point. Worked out well.
Goanaga stops the serve, Scoop by Ron. That keeps the set going. Urbieta with the stop. Backhand from the 10 line. Laid along the wall. Ron sends it back. That one caught the corner. Ron now on the forehand. Forehand. Urbieta runs under it. Catch by Ron on the inside. Backhand. This one dropping. Urbieta calls for Goanaga. He saves Robote. It clears the screen. Urrutia now. Oh, miss Robote. We are going to a third set. Goanaga and Urbieta take it 6-3. So there you have it. Third set coming up. Goanaga and Urbieta win set 2. 6-3. Looked like Urrutia was setting up for another 2-all off the Robote there. And a little tougher to time it up and throw it just the way you want.
Urbieta with some, again, consistently great play in the backcourt. He had that backhand 2-all as, I mean, Urrutia served across the wall. As Urbieta was catching the ball, Urrutia just darted to the inside. He had both fireballs inside. Urbieta, who doesn't throw that very often, was like, okay, well, they're both inside. Kaboom. Great comeback there by Goanaga and Urbieta.
Well, as traditional as it gets really in the backcourt. And Urbieta today, he's mixed it up. He's thrown a cortada from back there. He's thrown the backhand, it's a couple, throwing the backhand 2-all to score. So he's not just throwing it, he's scoring with it too. And he's had a great day.
And this has been a mostly backcourt match. You see Ron with some fantastic catching. And again, not a lot of shots. You know, just catching and throwing and keeping the volley going.
Look, and Ron is the highest, I guess the lowest ranked player out there, more than holding his own. I mean, only player in Division 4 out there right now in the backcourt. His catching has been solid. I mean, you have to have enough backcourt support to keep you in a match, and Ron is doing more than enough so far. You saw the first set 6-3. Second set, a couple more mistakes both ways for the Fireballs. We'll see what happens here in set number 3. Again, game day on the line as well. Renegades lead 3-2. Final set of the day approaching here, set number 3. If the Renegades win this set, they will win the game day. If Fireballs win this set, it will end in a tie. Now, both these teams will be playing on into May in those championship rounds with a chance to win that Winter 25 Battle Court Championship. Could be a potential playoff preview. You never know. We are ready to begin set number 3. Urrutia and Ron serve to Goanaga and Urbieta. Urrutia serves. We begin set number 3. Oh, that 8 Urbieta up. Comes away with it in the backcourt. Back inside, Urrutia. Caught along the sidewall. Urbieta sends it back. Wall to wall. Here's Robote. Urbieta runs under that one. Plays it inside. Ron steps up. Now Urbieta. Hard to the inside. Ron reaches in. Stops another one. Sends it wall to wall. That's a tough one. That kicked up. Ron ducked. Urrutia flicked it up overhead. It's in play. What a catch by Goanaga. That was a tough one. Urrutia on the outside. Ooh, swing and a miss on the Robote. First point, rather, for Goanaga and Urbieta. Begin set number 3.
And in no way meaning to be critical of Urrutia, but even when it's right there, you've got to watch the ball come into your cesta and throw it with precision. You got to know where that ball's going, not just swing at it.
Oh, great catch by Ron. Back to the inside. Good stop by Urbieta. Urrutia stops it along the inside. Floats it back to Urbieta. Here's the left side. Back inside. between the fireballs. Urrutia, nice turn on that Rebote. Urrutia again, this time for the 9 line, opens up. Urbietta's got it in the middle of the court, forehand. Dropping low, scooped up by Ron. Now Goenaga, there's a bullet along the wall. Ron stops it again, fires it back, past Urbieta. Goenaga with a diving save. Urrutia has it on the forehand, outside placement. Scooped by Goenaga. Oh my, that was dangerous. Ron scooped it. Here's the backhand. Oh my, Urbieta, what a catch in the corner.
That is just so dangerous.
Goenaga, long cortada, picked off by Urrutia. There's the backhand, right to Urbieta. Ron from the 11 line, catch by Urbieta. Forehand, right back to him. But Urrutia, nice stop again from the 8 line. Backhand, kicks up and out. Rebote left side to the inside. There's Ron with a reach. Hard backhand. Urbieta not going to get there. Goenaga missed the Rebote. My, what a point. It's 1-1. We're tied up.
Wow.
Just wow, huh?
Just
we got to
wow.
look at that. Now, maybe we don't want to see
cross?
it again. Maybe we don't want to see it again.
That's replays at the end, maybe, but man,
Give us a minute.
That is just so. It is just so dangerous.
Fortunately, all safe, but
yeah, absolutely.
That was,
I mean, he's still standing to serve the ball, so that's a good thing.
He did cross. Good stop there by Urbieta. It's the backhand. Ron waiting for it at the 13 line. Catch on the inside. Urbieta plays it back. Here's Ron. Urbieta now from the 12 line to the inside. Ron with the catch. Our backhand. Rebote left side. Little clip. Urbieta runs around it on the back wall.
He almost
took him out again.
Yeah.
Here's Urrutia from the outside. Forehand crossing. It's dropping. Oh, it was tipped.
Ruled to have been tipped by Urbieta as it was
Ball
crossing the wall.
ruled to have been tipped. That is a second point for Urrutia and Ron.
Urrutia potentially disagreeing with it, but
let's see here.
Well, it's between him and the wall. It's
not sure. Oh, I was going to say, not sure where Urrutia went, but he's back over here in the cage getting another layer of tape. Basket's taking a beating today, and
he's almost taken a beam. You know? So the cross was close. That backhand, and again, not Urbieta's fault, just Urrutia's positioning was aggressive, let's say. Cesta being reinforced with tape back here.
He's making his way back out there. 2-1 lead for the Fireballs. That's an underserve. First vault, second serve coming up.
It's a particularly powerful serve.
Hard backhand there by Urbieta. Here's Rebote left side. To the inside, it's dropping. Urbieta didn't want it. Goenaga saves it on the back end. Scoop by Ron. Takes a look. Everybody's safe. Sends it inside. There's Urbieta.
It's nice when they make sure everyone's safe.
Rebote forehand up at the 6 line. Crossing the wall. Long run for Urrutia. He makes the save. Keeps it on the wall. Urbieta now. From the 11 line, sends it deep. Urrutia will get out there, turns it outside. Goenaga with the scoop. Soft touch. Oh, Ron with the read. Outside placement by Ron. Score. 3-1 lead for the Fireballs in this third set.
I mean, this is
It
well
worked
done
the
by
first time.
and it worked the second time. Just well done by Ron. He takes a look, got good confidence. And we're back to death ball 2025.
Oh my, what a stop there by Urbieta to get things started. It's on the wall. Ron with the catch. Urbieta now with the forehand, switches it up. Crossing the wall, 3-wall play. Urrutia saves Urbote. Urbieta steps up, stops it in the air, drops it inside. Both Fireballs missed it, and Urrutia saves it on the back end.
What a catch.
Great stop overhead by Ron, backhand. Wall to wall, here's Urbote. Forehand, crossing, cut off by Ron. That comes back to the costado of Urrutia. Inside placement. That clipped the corner. Urbieta takes off. Karam from the outside.
Beautifully done.
Scores for Urbieta. 2 points for the Renegades. They will serve.
That Karam happened quickly. Urbieta executed it beautifully. Sidewall, front wall, floor over the head of Urrutia. And it scores. Very well done.
Oh, the ace ties it up 3-3.
I was going to say, Goanaga has not had an ace in this match, something that he usually works in doubles every time he plays doubles. He had it there. Basically puts the Fireballs on notice.
That's an underserve. First ball, second serve coming up. Nice backhand inside, stopped by Urbieta. Dropping low, Ron steps up, makes the play. Keeps it inside, Urbieta. Now Ron up a little bit further at the 11 line. This one comes shooting out. Urrutia turns it. Goanaga. Costado up the middle. Urrutia, there's a 2-wall. It scores. Goanaga was there, just couldn't make the catch. 4-3. Fireballs lead.
Well, he threw that one really hard. Let us yell afterwards. Powerfully thrown Costado 2-wall.
Urbieta backing up, makes the catch. Backhand inside, Ron now. Sends it deep. Here's Urbote to the outside. Urrutia waits for it, makes a play, fires it low and hard. Urbieta, what a catch. Backing up, got it on the right side. Inside placement, Goanaga, great read, hard backhand, that's a bullet. Ron, nice stop up overhead. Goanaga controls another one, this one on the ground. Saved by Ron on the Urbote. Goanaga, another one. High to the inside, but put it right to him. Urbieta now with the catch in the corner. Drops it inside. Ron steps up again. Sends it back. Here's Urbieta now. Urrutia, fine stop. Backhand just above the pad. Goanaga, Costado. Oh, that stayed inside. It hit up and over Ron's head to score. 4-4 is the score. Goanaga and Urbieta serve.
Ron saying he should have taken it. Urrutia saying he should have been there. Either way, it was a good throw by Goanaga. Here we are in the third set, 4-4.
Serve is good, takes Ron to the outside. What a backhand, crosses late. Goenaga gets back in there to make the save,
Tipped.
and it scores. Robote thrown right on the wall. 5 points, possible set, possible match point for Goenaga and Urbieta. And possible game day point, too.
Fireballs need to maintain their composure right here. And Goenaga, if he can sneak off another one of those, there's nothing sneaky about it. If he can get an ace, and what a way to finish it.
That's under. First fault, second serve coming up.
Certainly went for it. There's a lot of power, even though that was under.
They couldn't pick that serve, Ron, from the backcourt. Kicks it off the wall, Urbieta with the stop. It's a tough one, Urrutia. Robote's save, Goenaga cuts it off on the inside. Will come way out. Urrutia at the 3 line, turns it inside. Tough one, long run, it's dropping. Goenaga called him off, didn't get back there. It is 5-5 in our third set. This is match point.
That's what I criticized but didn't criticize earlier when he had that earlier and he whiffed it.
Yep.
He didn't whiff that one. Put it up the middle, but put it up the middle with power where, let's see what happens here. 5-5, this is it.
Certainly for seeding, this point is going to be huge. There's a powerful serve crossing the wall. Urbieta comes away with it. Sends it high up the middle. Robote by Urrutia. Urbieta down from the 12. Plays it along the wall. Urrutia in position. Turns the Robote. It's dropping. Goenaga picks it up off the floor. Low runner. That one dropping. Saved by Ron. Goenaga now winds it up. Cortada scooped
What
up.
a
Ron
catch by
keeps it
Ron.
going again. Robote hooked up the middle.
Oh,
It
neither
split
one
him
of them
up
went for
to
it.
score. Point, set, and match. Goenaga and Urbieta on the final point take it in the third set. Wow, and the Renegades win the game day 4-2 in the playoffs and maybe climbing up that standings page. Folks, we'll be back with the post-game show in just a moment.
What is Court Jai-Alai? The world's fastest ball sport, and so much more. Jai-Alai is played inside a 3-wall court that measures just 120 feet long by 33 feet wide. The game is played with a hand-woven wicker basket called a cesta and a Jai-Alai ball. The ball is as hard as a rock, and it travels around the court at an average speed of 150 miles per hour. Players will crash into the sidewall or throw themselves onto the concrete ground without a single layer of padding just to get to it. Jai-Alai is like playing baseball if you had to catch and throw with just the gloved hand. And it's a rally sport, kind of like tennis, but much more dangerous.
Manny, there's a carom. Bradley on the move, breaking. He got there. Blast the forehand. Everybody out of the way, and Nicholas got hit by the ball.
Jai-Alai is played as a singles match or as a doubles match. The match winner is the first player or doubles pair to win 2 out of 3 sets played to 6 points.
Gaucheri up in the front court towards the inside. What a scoop
What an amazing
by Douglas.
catch.
Gaucheri picks it up in the front court, whips it inside.
What another
one.
mate. Did it
He
again.
made it.
2 times back to back. That's freaking crazy.
Here's Gaucheri, 2-all return. Douglas reaching outside. Powerful forehand at the feet is missed for the
Point,
win.
set, and match.
Point, set, and match.
That's
Douglas.
respect.
Every point rally begins with a serve, then the players alternate catching and throwing the ball. While a point is being played, the ball can hit any of the court walls, but it cannot bounce twice on the ground. Simply put, the object of the game is to catch one more ball than your opponent, or better yet, to fire the ball so it can't be caught. When a player cannot successfully return the ball to the front wall, then 1 point is awarded to the opposition and the next rally begins with a new serve. A Battle Court game day consists of 6 matches, and the team that wins the most matches wins the day. Pick your favorite team, doubles pairing, or singles player, and cheer for them all season long. Or up the ante and bet on it. Battle Court Jai-Alai allows for wagering on the matches, the sets, and each individual point. The ball is lethal, the game is lightning fast, and the action is limitless. This is Battle Court Jai-Alai.
All right, boys, who we betting on?
However you bet, whoever you are, the sportsbook for every kind of player. Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Hey everyone, welcome into the Battle Court postgame show. What a way to end tonight's game day. Coming down to the final point again, but the Renegades not only win the match, they also win the game day. One of those players heavily involved in the match, that was number 40, Goenaga, our player of the day once again. I talked to Goenaga a bunch this season. 17-3 in doubles, 5-0 in singles. Those are your records, Goenaga. Another great season for you. What is it about your play in this Renegades team that you guys just continue to raise the bar season after season?
Well, I think that this season it was tough, but like always, we fight every point. We try to win every game day. And it worked today. It worked today. I'm happy.
Yeah, and you talk about that final match. I mean, things got pretty hectic there at the end. Pace was flying, and the pressure obviously mounting there at the end. What are you thinking on? What are you focusing on those last couple points when you know the season's really on the line?
I was going point by point, to be honest, and try to make each point. I think that Urbieta did a great job. I didn't play it so well. I did some mistakes, but luckily, we did the last point, we won, and it was so important for us today.
Yeah.
John, maybe there was a mistake or two, but this was that match for the most part in the first and second set was mostly played in the backcourt. Urbieta and Ron trading backhands really consistently. But I'm picking up where Andrew left off. The intensity on the court, not just with what's on the line, is so high. How do you maintain your focus on the ball and thinking about when to kill it or when just to catch it and throw it back?
The only thing I think is I have to catch one more ball than my opponent, and I have to do this point. And sometimes it works, and other times it doesn't. But today we were very focused. It was really important. And today's point, it's going to help us a lot.
Yeah, and Goenaga, we'll leave you with this. You guys move up into second place now after the game day win. Looking ahead to the playoffs, is there any matchup that you guys are looking for in particular? Any teams that you feel like you match up well with going into the playoffs?
No, I think that on doubles, we are strong on some divisions. We are not in others, but all the opponents are tough. They are really good teams out there. So we did our job for now, and we'll see what happens. And whoever it comes, we are going to try our best.
Well, you guys are going to the playoffs. Congratulations, Goenaga, our player of the day once again.
Thank you.
Congratulations on a great season, John.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, incredible record once again. And if we haven't, let's get those replays going and recap the action we saw back behind us today between the Renegades and the Fireballs here, beginning with this top doubles match. That was Urrutia and Arats against Gaucheri and Urbieta.
Beautiful replay here. Urrutia just snags this serve, throws a 2-all, but he's throwing it against Gaucheri. And Gaucheri was right there, stopped it on the forehand, blasted it back to score.
And match number 2 here, Ben against Ron in singles. Getting close early, but then Ron really separated himself there late.
Impressed with Ben's catching throughout this singles match. Again, he also had some great shots. He had a great 2-all and then mixed in a great inside placement, both of which caught Ron. Then Ron just came back point by point and won it. And what was that? This was straight set?
Straight set victory.
This was
here.
a straight set victory.
Lote inside. You see this look? Just missed on the back end there by Ben. Another singles match here. This was Arats against Gaucheri, the brothers going at it for the second time this regular season.
Again, this is the season that Arats stepped up into Division 1, which means that he was going to be facing Gaucheri. He's going to be facing him more than once. Again, I don't know that anybody knows his game. Maybe Douglas. Maybe Douglas paid a little bit more attention to Gaucheri's game, but Gaucheri was just so comfortable in this singles match and took it, again, straight sets.
See the Costado 2-all there, opening up wide, dropping it in.
Arats did have some really good shots, no question about that.
And just not always tough to put it together in a full match against Gaucheri. Then Goenaga here against Lalu.
This was a tough one. Again, this is Goenaga's third or fourth Battle Court season, I forget which. Lalu's first season. Lalu's still making the adjustment to the court, but he's made the adjustment more quickly than we've seen a number of other players do. This is a pretty even matchup.
Yeah.
I mean, this really is a pretty even matchup.
Two front quarters in Division 3, very similar, but Goenaga, just the experience prevails in the end.
Absolutely.
And then this one, Division 6 matchup, Jen and Cabrera working well together in another solid performance. You see here, Costado, 2-all.
Joseph coming off of the taxi squad and doing not as good as he did last time, but still doing an admirable job of hanging in there. Had one Costado 2-ball that he sent into the pad, but was behind a couple rebotes that kept some points going, which was really good to see. But he's doing it against Cabrera, and I mean, Cabrera just pretty much, catches anything anybody throws at him.
Yeah, you see the stop there. I mean, before he struggled with the right side. This season, he's cleaned that up a bit and drops it just over the pad and got the second bounce, scoring there. And then game day on the line in this finale here. This was Goenaga and Urbieta against Urrutia and Ron.
So especially in the first set, mostly this game, as I said to him, what was played in the backcourt. Ron and Urbieta were just spot on in terms of their catching. Ron, I think, missed 2 balls. Such aggressive play. Urrutia pushing his luck on a few occasions. This last point right there was just miscommunication by the fireballs. Ron didn't go in for it, and Urrutia didn't go in for it, and it went right between them.
And Stu and I joining you here back on camera. Again, 4-2 game day win for the Renegades. Now let's see what that 1 point for the Renegades will do to our standings. The Renegades finish up their regular season now with 8 points. They move into solo second place. But you got to keep in mind where the Devils, Chargers, and Warriors still sit. The Devils have clinched their playoff spot already, so it's just a matter of seeding. But the final playoff spot will come down to the Chargers and the Warriors. And those two teams will be playing tomorrow in probably what is the most significant regular season game day, maybe in Battle Court history, Stu, with those two teams meeting up tomorrow.
Battle Court history?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm going to say it, I'm going to say it. I'll put it on the record. One of the most. I'm not going to say the most, but, arguments could be made, and we'll hear them. Looking at the top of the standings here, the Fireballs.
Especially after that.
Yeah, the Fireballs are in first place. They haven't clinched first place yet because the Devils still have 2 game days remaining. Fireballs with 1, Chargers 1, and the Warriors still with 2. So still a lot to be decided in these last, about 5 game days left in the regular season. So with that being said, we have tomorrow's game day. That will be the Chargers and the Warriors. Tuesday at 5 p.m. 2 singles and 4 doubles. We get started with Douglas and Julian against Iturbide and Ubia. Then Alex and Manny take on Zuleika and Arta. Then Correa and Bradley take on El Barba and Gallo.
Always a fun one.
And then 2 out of the last 3 singles. We'll see Julian against Arta first. Then we'll go back to doubles with Alex and Bradley against Iturbide and Gallo. Then we close it out with Douglas against Zuleika in Division 1 singles. Again, if the Chargers get a tie in the game day, at least a tie or better, the Chargers will advance to the playoffs. If the Warriors win tomorrow's game day, the Warriors will need to either tie or win their next game day, and who knows, it could come down to the tiebreaker, Stu, which again, that first tiebreaker is total matches won this season. So we'll total that up.
Someone's been keeping track of that, right?
I've been keeping track.
You've been keeping track?
I have.
Has anyone else been keeping track
We hope someone else out there
in
has
Battle
been
Court
keeping
land?
track.
Okay.
We've got it. So what? After tomorrow, will be 3 game days left after tomorrow, and then the playoffs coming up. The first semifinal on May 2nd, and the second one on Sunday, May 4th. Got a great game day tomorrow. Join us for the Warriors and Chargers. That's 5 p.m. We'll see you then.
See you tomorrow at 5.
Do you have any serving rituals?
Yeah, I have a lot of them.
Today we're comparing the tennis ball to the highlight ball.
Just like that effortless look, you know, but it's really a lot of effort.
5 facts about Battle Court Highlight you didn't know.
The ball averages a speed of 150 miles an hour, and the world record is 190 miles an hour.
Hi, my name is Anderson, and I cracked this glass.
I love y'all boys.